Hello, live stream.
Hello, live stream. Hello, bootleg. Hello, Kathy Campbell. It's your birthday.
It's my birthday. It's a birthday to you, Kathy. We'll commence now. Woo! Oh my god,
volume is much better, Dan.
I managed
thank you, Dan.
I can hear it now too. So that's,
Okay.
it really helps when I can hear it instead of just you guys enjoy me blasting this super loud. Oh, I left the live stream on over here. I should mute that.
Like happy birthday on the bagpipes. This is the best. Oh,
I learned just for you.
Did you bring enough sushi for the rest of us? Is my question.
I mean, I did order a lot of sushi.
Oh, good.
Well played, Kathy Campbell.
So if you can figure out how to get it through the camera, I will gladly share with everybody.
Oh my gosh.
I will be good and not eat it until we have a break.
No.
Very kind.
Do it. Follow your heart. I'm not going to tell you.
Follow
I'm
your
not going
heart.
to tell you not to eat sushi on your birthday. Just don't especially. It's not like you're eating rice cakes or Doritos. Those are bad microphone sounds.
I
If I have to roll, it'll be really hard.
Well, I didn't tell you to talk while eating.
I heard Tony eating a rice cake on the TPK live stream, and I tell you, it was excellent. There was some quality sound work happening there.
Look, somebody is going to pay extra for that. I'm.
Not.
I don't know what the person is.
Mouth noises are the worst. Stop making.
Yep.
Ugh.
Aleen's background
How's
is
everyone
fantastic.
doing? Yeah.
It's a green screen.
Oh.
Well, I should have gotten I have a green thing somewhere. Oh well. Too late for green things.
All right, players. This is
It's too late for green.
Oh, you have a bottle of trees.
We're reaching the end of the episode or the end of the adventure.
We just started, Tony.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming.
When the hand was, it's
great
too bad
knowing
you
you.
weren't here to know it.
Yeah, now you'll never know about the magic hand.
Hello to my script caddy. Who
I will
my
say,
skull caddy is watching remotely.
So we played 2 sessions of Nightblades last week and didn't finish the adventure. We played 2 sessions of Dwarven Vault on Saturday and Sunday, and they did finish their adventure, which I think was a little bit shorter.
How dare
So that
Yeah,
means
well,
we're
you know,
better, right?
But
We know how to milk every minute.
But they did. James Thompson was the requisite. I'm obsessed with this giant hand, and I have questions to which Tony will not provide any answers. So I just want to say,
Every party needs one.
you're all the same. Is what I'm saying.
They've got a bard.
you are
They've got someone obsessed
special.
with a hand. Do they have
They
someone with
also
a fancy cloak?
Their bard plays bagpipes.
Yeah, bad news.
Dan.
They have a bagpipe player too. Ugh.
I came first though, right?
I know.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a record.
Everyone's derivative.
Oh, are we
Yeah.
gonna have a dueling bagpipes episode in which they be like?
I'm just
amazing.
gonna say I volunteered the idea that you guys can cross over players and join up for the next adventure. I don't think I'm ready
Two
for an
bards.
adventure that includes Cool Yaris and Cool Cat.
Cool cat.
I don't know. It'd
yes.
be pretty
with
incredible.
the apostrophe and cool cats.
Yes. Jason Snell. For those who have not listened to Dwarven Vault yet, Dwarven Vault, guys. I'm great at talking. This is gonna be a good adventure.
It's gonna be great.
Vetch.
Yeah.
German vetch.
Jason Snell plays Cool Cat, the large talking cat bard, because there is a large talking cat species in Dungeons and Dragons, and
That was an
I don't know
error
how to
by
say-
the D&D makers.
yeah,
Yes.
and I don't know how to manage appropriate boundaries with my terrible players.
Did somebody
Speaking
lose a
of terrible
bet?
players,
Oh, hey, it's us.
Hi.
We're here.
You call.
any questions or concerns before we officially start the session?
I mean, I have concerns
Oh, I
about
got
where
a
we
lot
are.
of.
The
There's a
mud
whole
pit.
bunch of.
Yeah,
So many
This
concerns.
is not where I.
Right?
This is not where I
Um,
visualize myself at this point in my life.
you did not think it would all end in a mud pit with a prisoner and a bag.
Kind of suspected.
Thought
but-
there'd be
In
more
the bag.
shiny
Is it
things.
Gwyneth Paltrow's head?
We don't know yet.
We don't know.
You know what?
But,
There's only one way to find out, and that's to start the adventure. But first, Kathy Campbell is going to say something.
But first, Aline and I are switched on the video. I play Thamia, and
Oh, I totally forgot to orient the names anyways. I just got lucky with
okay.
some
Well,
of them.
everything else is absolutely.
They're literally
correct,
in random order, and I got everybody except for 2. So if you look at it that way, I actually did
Yeah.
really well.
Yeah,
So,
3 out of-
yeah.
yeah,
'Cause it
4 out
didn't
of
even
6.
look
Yeah.
random.
I feel like so the name Dungeon Tony's just kind of cracking me up.
Dungeon
Oh, you know
Tony.
That
Dungeon
is-
Tony. That's
But all
Is,
of our best bits is stolen
Yeah.
from Dragon Friends, where their dungeon master is called Dungeon Dave.
is
So
my
I'd
volume
like
okay?
to, for the record, and did that. I've never approved that intellectual property theft.
Well,
So.
when my daughter had her imaginary friend Blackhand.
Blackhand.
Yes, she had Blackhand, and I said, "Well, where did you meet Blackhand?" And she goes, "In the party dungeon." And first of all, you're 2. What do you know about dungeons? But just Dungeon Tony seems like he'd hang out at the party dungeon along with
Maybe.
Dr. Hammer, the Doctor of Hammers.
First of all,
do you know about Party Cat?
Yeah,
Lisa the Party Cat hangs out in the party dungeon.
Don't split the party dungeon is what I have to tell you.
Is my volume okay? I'm having can problems. My cans have trouble.
That sounds like a medical
like
issue.
Problem.
It's all a physician. What are you worried that you're too loud or too soft, Glenn?
Wow, that's a good question. I have to talk about that.
I like to narrow things down.
Can you hear me? Do I sound in good level to everybody else?
You sound fine to me.
Yeah. Don't worry, I would tell you.
That's Blackhand. It's artist conception.
He's very
looks
very creepy.
Like Johnny
I've told
that
story to multiple people
Mad
for
Hatter.
sure.
Oh, Blackhand?
When did Blackhand disappear,
It's
though?
a
That's
great
the
story.
When did Blackhand leave?
Kindergarten? Yeah, he was still around through the beginning of transition kindergarten, and then when she was 5 going on 6, she brought him up much less, and I finally asked her like right before kindergarten, is Blackhand still around? And she's like, no, he's traveling.
I highly recommend you listen to the How Did This Get Made episode about Drop Dead Fred. Just it'll tell you things.
Yeah, it's like to think that Blackhand went off because other kids needed him.
I think
Exactly.
Needed? Is that too strong?
Like in terms of imaginary friends, I feel like he basically fits in with our family's overall ethos. He was the one who was raised in a group marriage. We knew this, right?
Yeah. Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, like the parents Lewis and Cindy, and I forget the name of the other 2, but there were 2 moms and 2 dads, and like Trix wasn't a tantrumy kid, and I actually fully credit that to sign language, because as long as she could express herself, she was fine, right? But one day she's jumping on the bed and she's like, "We need to buy Blackhand a bunk bed," and I was like, "We're not." And I'm like, "We're not buying Blackhand a bunk bed," and she's like, "He needs a bunk bed," and I said, "He's got 4 parents; they can buy him a bunk bed." And she says, "They can't. They've spent all their money on wigs and cloaks."
I also, to me, it was just delightful forever that also, of course, the Black Hand is the group that Gavrilo Princip belonged to.
Yes.
The guy who started World War I. So I'd like to think maybe he was around back then, just like causing trouble here and there. Starting world wars.
Like he's occasionally dropping in some hints to Trixie about the Serbians, and she's like, "I don't know, I'm for it."
Where's Nikola Tesla?
Shall we play some?
Oh yeah, I forgot that's why we're here. Dan, is anyone unfortunately watching this?
Many people are fortunately or unfortunately watching us.
25
people.
Hello, internet.
One of them is Rex.
All right.
Hi guys.
Hi Rex.
Rex.
Hi Rex. Shout out to Rex.
Woo! And shout out to Gray Area Zero's 4-year-old who sang me the happy birthday song.
Oh,
nice.
Raising that kid
I hope
right.
he brought enough happy birthday song to go around.
All right,
we're
gonna do this.
Oh, sorry. Go. Yes, let's do it. Recording.
Yes.
Recording.
Wait, I've been recording for days.
Yeah, I got all this. It's good stuff.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, one of several dungeon masters in your life. And today we are playing Dungeons & Dragons on the internet. For your amusement, we are continuing the adventure from Fantastic Adventures of the Nightblade. Joining me is your favorite new level 2 adventurers. Allow me to introduce the players, and they will introduce their characters. First off, it's Aline Sims. Hi, Aline.
Is this the Dungeons Night or the Dragons Night?
This is Dungeons. Dragons is on Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm playing Lee, the Air Genasi monk.
Next up, it's Dan Morin.
Hello. I did not prepare anything clever to say, so I will just tell you that I am playing Qeris, a bard.
Same old, same old. Next up, it's Glenn Fleischman.
Hello, am I here?
You are here.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I am playing Karakon, a sorcerer who also has an affinity for shiny things.
Also joining us, Lisa Smizer.
Hello, I play Gwyndiel, the cleric, and I regret that, unlike QRS, I cannot pronounce the comma between my name and what I do.
And finally, Kathy Campbell is joining us. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, I am super excited to be here with Thamia, the Goliath fighter who really likes stew.
And if you are listening to this on the live stream or the bootleg the day of, it's Kathy's birthday. If you're listening to it later,
Yay!
it was Kathy's birthday.
It may
It'll
again be
probably be
Kathy's
it again
birthday.
in the future.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
she has one every year? That seems
Yeah.
fun.
We all
Well,
chipped
she's-
in
Oh, it's
and bought her
strange.
some stew.
Yes.
Yay, stew!
Let us remind ourselves of what we are doing in this adventure
What are we
called the
doing, Tony?
Nightblades.
What are we
A
doing?
group of newly forged and newly formed adventurers were traveling near the town of White Sparrow when they were waylaid by would-be bandits. It managed to defeat the bandits, taking one capture to hand in for a bounty to the local sheriff of White Sparrow, where they learned a little bit about this bandit behavior and took it upon themselves to right some wrongs. They navigated across the wilderness to an abandoned tower where these bandits have made their home, and using the shape-shifting power of QRS the Bard, have talked their way into the bandit stronghold and have been to the bandit lord's throne room, and are now currently escorting their fake captive down to the mud pit where the bandits keep their captives. Many questions are to be answered tonight. Will our adventurers make their way out of the bandit stronghold in one place? What fate will befall the Nightblades, and what of their evil leader, the Night Lord? And perhaps most importantly, what's in the bag? For answers to questions such as these, let's play Dungeons and Dragons right now, you nerds!
I opened the bag.
Woo!
Do you actually open the bag, Dan?
Yeah, that's move one, guys. Come on.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
I want to get
Yeah.
down. I want to
Okay,
get down.
hold
I'm
on.
tied
Let
to
me
her
check
back.
my
All right.
spells.
Tied to
All
her
right.
back.
Okay.
Wait.
Um,
Get me down
well,
over here.
I'll talk about what's in the bag in a second. Let's just recap. Why is Dan holding a
Hold the
bag?
bag.
QRS talked your way down into the mud pit with the idea that you would hand off your fake prisoner there. The mud pit is basically, it's like the sub basement of the night bandits. That's
Night
something
Rangers.
different. Of the Nightblades bandit headquarters. There is one prisoner that they already seem to have there, and he is basically chained to the wall and up to his waist in mud. It looks like it's bad. Even by bandit prison standards, it's bad. QRS went down there, and there were two bandits hanging out there doing their bandit job. QRS has taken on the role and face of Tasty Pete, one of the bandits that they murdered. And Tasty Pete / QRS basically said, go take a break. And they did. And on their way out, one of the bandits handed QRS a large squirming bag. Just for a recap, Dan, let's talk
Squirming.
about,
Sorry, I forgot about that. Adjective.
Dan, I use that adjective. It's on the record. Dan, let's just have a little montage here of other bags you've opened. This is a spoiler for people who have not been listening to the Curse of Strahd bootlegs. So let's not give a complete context for this. But Dan, in the Curse of Strahd adventure, was there a bag?
Yes,
Dan, did you open that bag?
I did.
Dan, did bad things happen when you opened that bag?
Without getting into too many specifics, it wasn't great, and it may haunt me for the rest of my life.
Yeah. So now,
What are the odds that happens twice?
Right?
in the world of Dungeons and Dragons, I
Very
presented through chance Dan with a second bag. Didn't know it was going to be Dan. Didn't know you'd go down here. There is a second bag, and the players have opened that bag.
No, wait. I
To be
want
honest-
to do a spell first.
I don't know if you have a chance to do a spell first.
I
think
want to get
you-
off Thania's back.
I think that there's a lot of things that you want collectively,
Uh-huh.
and that QRS opened a bag, and that is not what you
Damn
wanted.
it.
Okay.
And now we deal
I
with
was going to use an identify spell.
Oh,
on the bag.
Yes, to
You are
clarify and classify.
QRS, it's squirming. What is good about squirming?
Gwendale?
We can see
Gwendale,
the squirming
it's-
magically.
It's going to be
No.
real clear in a second what's going on.
Oh my gosh. Is
Well,
this
it's a nice
snake?
knowing
All
all.
needed.
Oh, that's
QRS,
great.
you start to open the bag, and the bag basically opens itself as this bag is full of rats.
Oh!
as soon as you provide
Boy, I'm
even
glad I
just
didn't do a spell.
as soon as you provided a rat-sized opening for the bag, you are basically now holding an empty bag next to a swarm of rats. That's right,
Woo!
swarm of rats. One of Tony's least favorite things in Dungeons and Dragons. What does Tony love? Swarms. What does Tony hate? Rats. Actually, I'm kind of indifferent to them, but I mean, I don't care for them. I don't give, I don't have ill will for them. They didn't choose to be rats. But yeah, rats. And these are bad rats because these are bag rats. Bag rats owned by a bandit who works in a mud pit.
Why did he have them in a bag?
You can roll insight to know why he has them in the bag. But what I suggest that you actually do right now is roll initiative because the bag rats, they're hungry.
What's
know
the
what
name of
they
this
see?
podcast called again?
Total
Party
Rat
Rats.
By
Kills.
rats?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this a rat king or a bag of rat? A bunch of
No, this is
Oh,
just a bag of
God.
rats.
Rat kings are so gross. Oh,
Guys,
whoa.
you are only level 2. You're not ready
A
for a rat
swarm-
king.
Yeah.
A swarm is worse than a rat. I don't know.
No,
We gotta
Swarm's
roll.
not as bad as a rat.
Help! I roll a 20. What do I do?
Can't
Carrot
Add
Put
your
it into-
initiative.
the initiative thingy.
Yeah, we'll need
'cause
to-
it's-
Indeed, because I need to add you to the initiative things. So roll 20, add your initiative modifier. If you guys remember how to play Dungeons and Dragons, we did this
Never
last
heard-
week.
What do we do
Wait,
again?
no. Last week was like a million years ago.
Where is
Really
my
was.
Especially in this world that we live in
It
now.
really was.
Yes.
All right, so initiative.
Where's
so
my
I have to
initiative
roll
modifier?
Too, huh?
It's at the top of your sheet, Glenn.
Top
By
of
your
my
armor.
sheet. I see it. Hooray! So I'm gonna roll a d20.
Yep,
Yes.
and add that number.
Oh, I got 14 plus 1.
Can you? Let's see. I'll put it
But I'm
in. So you
tied
got
to
15
Thamia's
total.
bag. I don't know if that matters, but
I mean, it's probably inconvenient for you.
I'm a sorcerer. I could cast some kind of a spell.
Gwendil, initiative.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay, I have a.
Or
plus
no,
one,
what is
so
your
my
number?
initiative is- my number. Let me roll.
Yep.
I rolled 18 and plus 1, so it's 19.
All right. I got everybody in there. Let me put you in descending order.
Mhm.
So, good news for most of you. Most of you, the rats are very excited to be out of the bag. Many of you, basically everybody but Thamia, gets to go before the rats go.
Yay.
Lee, you're the first to react. There is a swarm of rats. And I should be clear here, this map is theater of the mind. You guys are all standing on kind of like a ledge overlooking the rat pit. Rat pit. Hoo-hoo.
Oh no, it's
What it
a
is
Mud
now.
pit.
Mud
It's a
now?
mud pit.
Oh.
The rats are basically on Qyaris.
So can we
Awesome.
knock the rats into the pit? Is that what
You could, but it would take a lot of time. There's a lot of rats. What you don't want to do is
throw QRs into the pit and hope that the rats swim away.
that's an option. I mean, it's a small pit, so you can see the edge of it. They might,
No,
also
they might
QRs.
just cling to
QRs
you.
is basically your cover story right now. So what you don't want to do is lose him.
We don't want to drown our cover story.
Yeah,
that is...
you don't want to go back up to the second floor of the bandit lair and be like, oh yeah, Tasty Pete got eaten. So how about where's all your gold?
It's in his name. It's in his name. Of course he got eaten.
I am delicious. It's true.
Oh no! Did we just lose QRs to the rats?
Can I defer?
Lee,
my,
you are first.
Can I defer my turn until QRS goes? Can we just
Sure.
switch? Okay. I'm gonna wait. And
What's
hope
it
that
gonna
he
QRS?
Is he gonna sing to the rats or something?
QRs, you
know,
are
I don't
rat.
know.
You are rat adjacent.
I can instantaneously clean an object no larger than 1 cubic foot. Do I count as an object I can clean?
I thought you were
Yeah,
gonna
I-
make
what if he
one
gets-
rat really immaculate.
Your
no fleas
Right.
on
even
the
your
rat.
clothing
Goes,
does.
scrub.
And maybe
Yeah.
the rat will be so grateful
Yeah,
for being
guys,
here.
before they were in the bag, these were white rats. I want to be clear about.
The,
Oh
the,
no!
the Immaculate Rat is the best tavern in town.
Oh, you guys are
Canon?
still shopping around for a team name. You guys could be the Immaculate
Ooh,
Rats.
Immaculate Rats.
We could.
Ooh.
No, it's
So
kind of more
tempting.
of a
Yeah.
it's a better tavern name than a team name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So,
a great tavern name.
Can I use prestidigitation to basically it says you can create like a smell. Can I create a smell that will get the rats off of me, like attract
I would
them
say-
somewhere else?
That's great.
The rats are not
Peanut
on
butter.
you; they are all around you.
Oh, well, that's
Rat
much
adjacent.
better.
Wait, like in the angry little circle at his feet, or
Yeah, like in his feet. They're not yet.
Running
They're not
around.
yet clinging to your legs and arms.
Okay, I would like
Okay.
to move away from the rats.
Okay.
Sir, step away from the rats, please.
Let's see. Does that provoke them, or are they small enough that it doesn't care? What do you think, Dan?
I don't know how I forget how swarms work, but swarms are tricky.
I think that it. Yeah, I mean, I think. Do you want to disengage from them?
Sure, I'll do that. I'll disengage and step away. And
you are no longer engaged to a swarm of rats.
Oh,
congratulations!
Well, we broke
Yeah.
off.
You've broken the
I'm
engagement.
sorry for the engagement. Can I have my present back?
Listen, there's a URL that's available now. So
I knew I should have. I knew I should have brought my
Tomorrow's
panpipes
rats.
instead of the bagpipes.
yeah.
No, after all this time.
Oh,
Do
Although, I
rats
mean,
like
there's still
dulcimers?
pipes.
right?
do
Can you break off the tip of the bagpipe that you do the blowy
First
thing
of all,
in? And
Don't break
I mean-
off a bard's bagpipes. That's right out.
You can make
Yeah.
a new one out of
Tools.
recorders and trash bags. I
Yeah.
saw it on the
Right.
internet today.
There are
Thamia,
tools.
Thamia.
Never break off the tip of a bagpipe.
Thamia, the preferred bardic terminology is "Can you feel?" Bagpipe.
Wait, I lost it.
And
What'd you
yes,
say?
you guys saw QR stayed up last night. He was blindfolded and field stripping and putting back together his bagpipe while blindfolded. He's a
With a stopwatch.
very serious bard.
serious bard.
There are a lot of things
The
I can do
one-
with prestidigitation. None of them are useful right now.
The
So I
one
will-
serious bard. You don't have some kind of anti-rat spell that you've been saving for now?
I don't know. How do you think rats feel about being viciously mocked, Tony?
They are immune
Don't get them angry.
to paralyzed, petrified, prone, restrained.
Yeah, none of those are what this does, but it's going to take an action. I just used my action to disengage, and so I will now step away and look over at
Dan,
my
I want to
friends.
hear a really good vicious mocking of a rat, if that's what you do.
I'm not doing that. I don't have the action for it because I just disengaged and walked away.
All right.
But I will turn to the rest of the party and saying, well, it seems they have a rat problem down here.
No.
Very
Rat
droll, very
opportunity. Rat opportunity.
droll.
All right. Well, that was a long turn. Lee, it's what you waited for. Your artist is not currently in the rats.
Just what I've always wanted. I'm gonna hit the rats with my staff.
That's it. And I will tell you, it seems like trying to kill a swarm of rats by hitting them with a staff may take a while, but you can try.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any. Do I have any spells? Oh, I can levitate. So
Well,
Fine,
they
fine.
they might love that.
yeah. So
Arte has gotten so great. We're out of this bag and now we're flying.
actually, can I think it might just be me.
I think only you. I think you can levitate yourself, not something else.
Oh,
Well,
one,
you know-
In which
one
case, she's
creature.
like, see you all later.
Yeah, one
Yeah,
rat.
you
You,
only-
can
you
elevate
only-
one rat. Pick the best rat. Lee.
Yeah, that was my thing. Yeah.
Lee, that's what you do. You just levitate 4 feet off the ground, and the rats can't get to you, and you're just like, later, suckers.
Very tempting, to be honest, but I will.
Hey.
I will hit at the swarm of rats with my quarterstaff.
Do it.
That's an 18.
Okay, you have no trouble hitting a swarm of rats with your quarterstaff. It is like the worst pinata party you've ever been to.
Yeah. That's 7 points of damage. I could
What
do an
type
unarmed
of- what type of damage is it? I bet it's bludgeoning.
quarterstaff
Yeah,
damage.
it's bludgeoning.
It's got to be,
All right,
yeah.
I will tell you, it's not going to do a full 7. It's
Yeah.
gonna do a number.
We need
Yeah.
area effects here.
Yeah.
But you have killed rats.
Yeah. And I could at this point do an unarmed strike, but I'm going to elect to not do that.
Punch a rat.
You don't want it.
Yeah.
You don't want to just punch up to your wrist into a pile of rats.
Nope.
Oh my god.
Nope. Super
Happy
not doing
birthday,
that.
Kathy.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with the rats as long as it's not spiders. So I'm very, very thankful that it's just
Just-
rats.
Just
Oh,
going to
just
use
wait.
that to my psychological
Yep.
warfare file that I use against players. No,
Why
no.
did I say anything?
Well,
Oh,
at least it
spiders
wasn't cupcakes.
Yeah, spiders. There's so many options. There could be one really big spider. There can be a swarm of little spiders. I don't know if they have it in 5th edition. In 4th edition, they had a spider.
Is it Gwyndeal's turn? I think it's Gwyndeal's turn.
I just want to tell the story because it's ridiculous. In 4th edition, they have a spider that's called the Blade Spider, which
The
is one of
Blade
those monsters in Dungeons and Dragons, which seems like they outsourced to like a 14-year-old drawing in his notebook. Imagine a spider, and each of its legs ends in a sword.
That is pretty
Hard to
hilarious,
walk.
actually.
What I love about that is the idea that like
Wow.
somebody got up and they went to work that day and they're on deadline and they're like totally stressing. Oh, what is it gonna do? What if spiders but knives? And like drew
But-
it and went to lunch.
To like
and was
commission
"That was a
someone to
good
make
day."
art of it, and it's
Yeah.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
No.
and they went to committee. That guy was like, "Yeah, blade spiders, make it happen."
And there's
Yeah.
always
Oh.
like that contrarian in the workplace who's like, why aren't there forks instead? I think that if there were 8 legs and they all ended in forks, 32 times would be more damage. And they had to make
Shut
an
up, Jerry.
argument against that. Exactly. Yeah.
Gwendale, it is your turn. You are on a ledge with your
Uh-huh.
friends and your new friends, a swarm of rats.
So I have a mace with a
Mm.
5-foot reach, and
Yeah.
the damage, it's bludgeoning.
Yep. You want to go over and
And
hit some
I-
rats with a mace?
I do want to hit some rats with a mace, and so shall I throw my d20 to find out how much damage I do to these dudes?
Do it. Roll a d20 to see if you hit. You're probably going to hit, and then roll damage. Well, when I said probably going to hit, I expected you to roll higher than a
wrong. I've rolled a 4.
Oh my gosh.
What is your modifier to your mace attack? It's probably not a really
the
big number.
modifier was +1, so that's 5. I think somebody in my party should take my mace from me because it's I can't use it.
You
I'm, like,
swing
hitting myself.
wildly. Yes.
Screaming probably. It's rats. Why?
It's the appropriate
I could take
reaction.
all of you down with this mace.
All
I'm
right.
hitting.
Karaka.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It is
my
your
time.
turn.
It's my time to shine.
You are a sorcerer. You are currently, I believe, attached to Thamia. Are you on the
Correct.
back
I'm
of
tied
Yeah.
to her
like the
back,
front?
Mm-hmm.
but facing
Mhm.
outwards. Facing outwards.
Tied to her back.
So,
Thamia,
I need
Thamia, I
you to
just-
turn towards the
Now
rat,
here's the
please.
question. It is not Thamia's turn. Thamia, which way do you think you're currently facing?
Oh, don't say that.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna try this. I think Thamia is afraid of rats, so she immediately turned around to hide her face.
All right.
All right,
Karkin, you have a great view of the rats.
I think I got a spell for y'all. Let me lay this on you. I think it's time for Chaos Bolt. Now, I know last time it didn't work.
This
But I
trick
think
never
the first thing I-
works.
Didn't work. But I
What does it
think
do?
Chaos Bolt is an undulating, warbling mass of chaotic energy.
We already have
On the
undulating,
rats?
warbling rats.
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah,
gotta
that's
fight
such a
undulating,
chaotic
warbling
energy right
masses with
there.
undulating, warbling masses.
That's just physics.
Tony, is this one creature? Does this count as one creature?
It does count as one creature.
Oh, it does. So
Yeah.
this allows me to hurl an undulating, warbling mass of chaotic energy at one creature,
I don't think a swarm of rats would enjoy that in any way.
but it could harm them, right? Potentially?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I make a ranged
I-
spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 2d8 plus 1d6 damage. Choose one of the d6. The numbers rolled in that die determines the attack's damage type, and there's acid, cold, fire, force, lightning, etc.
All
So
right.
what do I do?
So
Roll
do this.
a d20
and add your
and then add your
spell
spell attack modifier.
Okay.
Roll high.
Some...
I did. Thank you.
Nice.
And my
Yes.
spell attack modifier is where is it? In
It's-
fact.
It's on
What's my
top of the
spell?
sheet with all your spells.
+3.
All right. You have no trouble lobbing a chaos bolt into.
Finally,
A
my
pack full
time
of
has
rats.
come.
Your time has come. Finally, your time is here in the bandit sub basement. Karakan versus his natural enemy, too many rats. Karakan, you fire a chaos bolt into the swarm of rats. I need you to do 2 things. I need you to tell me how much damage it's going to be total, and you need to also determine what type of damage for atmospheric effect.
Okay, so this says
The
on
rats-
a hit.
the
on a
rat-
hit. Yeah.
The rats are not the dice or anything, you know. These are ice rats.
On a hit, the target takes 2d8 plus 1d6 damage. Do I do that? So I roll.
Yeah, so roll 2d8 plus 1d6. You get to roll 3 dice, Glenn.
How do I do that? In
In roll 20,
yep. Type in
or in dice by pcalc, you can just, if you click the little die button, you can, it looks like you did it.
I
You
did it.
did it. So you did 9 damage.
Okay.
Now you
And
pick
I think you
either
can
the
roll a
1
D-
or the 5.
And then I get to choose. Oh,
You-
so
yes.
this is definitely an acid attack. I have
All right.
I've
There is
sprayed
this-
an undulating mass of acid on the rats. We're writhing in terrible pain.
All right, I will tell you that was very effective. It looks like about half the rats just got dissolved by acid.
Yay!
Go
Somehow-
acid.
Two amazing things have happened. Somehow Mud Pit smells worse. Somehow Glenn has done something helpful. Both of these shocking and surprising to me.
Don't get used to it. The latter.
Karkat, anything else? I think that was a good turn.
I think that's probably all I can do, right?
Yeah.
Like in one turn. I'm just
All
gonna
right.
stand. I can't go anywhere. I'm tied to her back.
It is limiting how your commitment to the prisoner bit.
Oh,
The-
wait. If I'm second level, if I'm doing the second level spell slot, it says each target takes 1d6 extra damage of the type rolled for each slot level event first. I don't know what that means.
Did you cast
mean
at a
anything?
first level or at a second level using
Second
which
level.
you used a second level spell slot?
Yeah.
So you get to add an extra d6.
Oh, okay.
Roll one more d6
Yep.
for me.
Okay. +2.
All right. I'll tell you, like 10 rats left. But those rats are angry. These are the rats. These are the rats that have seen all their favorite rat friends burned to acid. And those rats are going to rush forward, climb up Thamia, and attack
Great.
Oh no.
Karakan.
Hey,
Great.
Knock it off.
All right.
What did I
At
ever
this
do to
point,
you?
I will
Oh,
tell you
yeah,
at this
that's right.
point, the rats are more horrifying than they are dangerous once you've killed more than half of them. But let's find out. Karakan, does a 6 hit your armor class?
My armor class is 11.
So there are rats nipping at you, and it is annoying and discomforting, but they do not damage you.
Look, I told you. I just paid for that nice cloak and everything. It's great.
Yep.
I'll probably turn
Yeah.
my cloak to stretch.
Thamia, it is your turn.
Okay, so I have a D&D
Now-
question.
Yeah, I have a
Are we
life answer.
I'm so
Are we
thankful
playing
for that.
D&D?
And okay, so I have blood slashing weapons mainly,
Mm-hmm.
but I do have my unarmed strike, which is considered a bludgeoning.
They are equally in a.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Bludgeoning
the-
in. I'm
They're
at the
Equally
Equally
ineffective.
ineffective, I
Spell on
assume, is
Tony.
what he was trying
Yeah.
to say.
okay.
Sorry, they are equally ineffective against a swarm of rats. But you
Okay.
know, both of them will allow you to murder rats. So
Help! Help!
Well, I think I'm gonna go
Help.
to my character. I feel like Thamia would be kind of flailing with these rats all over her.
Mhm.
And so she is going to be swatting and swiping and striking unarmed at them.
all right. How many do you get to do? One unarmed strike, or do you get to do more than one in a turn?
I have absolutely no idea, which
Oh.
makes me think that I only have one.
No,
Probably only one, unless you're
level
two. Oh, I
a
see.
fancy,
I thought you could
fancy
do
monk.
2 strikes. Okay.
Yeah, attacks per action is one, and that's under attack. So I'm guessing one.
All right,
so I-
punch a rat. Punch a rat.
11.
You punch a rat. Roll damage.
All right. It just says 4.
It just does. It's a flat damage, or is it plus
Yeah.
4 to something?
No,
Really?
there's no dice. There's no nothing. It just says 4 and has the bludgeoning symbol.
All right. You punch 2 rats to death.
Yes! Thank you, Thamia.
This is
I'd rather be tied to than you.
this is the stuff of high adventure. This is the fantasy escapism all of us come to Dungeons and Dragons for. There will be dungeons, there will be dragons, or there will be basements littered with rats.
Punching rats.
Rat punching.
You just made some rata stewie.
Mm.
Oh. I
All right,
love me my stew.
QRS, do you want to murder a rat today?
I pull out. I will not use my bagpipes because I'm being stealthy, but I
my
will
God.
sing a little song. I hate
Oh,
Of rest?
the smell of rats. Why couldn't it have been bats? And then I will viciously mock a swarm of rats.
All right.
Will that
How
work?
much damage?
We'll find
How much
out.
how much damage do the bats take? Rats take in mental energy?
They take psychic damage because I really got at them. They always feel inferior to bats. Little known fact about rats, because they can't fly unless Lee levitates them. So that will take. They need to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right. They fail
Okay.
because they're rats, Dan.
They take 1d4 psychic damage, which is they take 1, but it really hurts, and they have disadvantage on their next attack. So
One rat is mortified about this whole situation.
that's all it takes. I feel vindicated. If I can make one rat feel bad.
Yeah.
How many rats are left, Tony? I've lost track of this swarm.
I would say there's about 7 rats left.
What? There were like
Lee.
20 rats in this swarm?
There were probably a good 25 rats at the beginning.
Oh my god! Well, at least I killed half of them.
You killed like 12 rats in one splash.
Well done.
That's what they're
Yeah.
gonna put on my cape.
Yes.
12 rats in one splash.
We'll sew it in a long embroidery story of our journey on the inside of the cape in gold.
I
Lee.
rolled a 12 to hit with my quarterstaff.
That hits.
That does hit. Okay.
Yeah, rats are,
Sure.
There's also
They
a
mainly-
lot of them.
there's a lot of
That's
them. They what they lack in defenses, they make up for in numbers until Glenn murdered them all.
So that is
Yay.
9 points of bludgeoning damage. So I'm assuming about half of 9.
Yeah. There's about 3 rats left.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna blah blah blah.
Uh-huh.
I am
Good
going
choice. I like that.
to try my unarmed strike, and this is a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's try this. All right, that's a 16, so that
Yep.
hits.
So you punch a rat.
I need to find a
Hard if
D4.
I like the idea that Lee, she's so fast, right? Like she reaches out, grabs a rat, and then she's like,
Yeah.
bam.
I feel
Like an
kind of bad
uppercut to
because
its
I
tiny
really
jaw.
like.
Well, it's
like
like it could be
rats.
you could be just knocking it unconscious. It's like
Yeah,
a rat, you're
just-
like poof, and then just throw it over your
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
not here. I'm a monk. I'm all about the peace. I'm just here to
Yeah.
knock the rats out.
You you grab one rat, look at it sternly, and give it a Vulcan neck pinch.
That's right. Okay. So that's 8 points of unarmed strike damage.
All right. You individually pick up and incapacitate each of the remaining rats.
I'm very quick.
That's
All of the-
great.
Oh,
all
my
of
Thank you
the-
so much.
All of the rats are gone.
Oh
Yay!
man, that was good.
Yay!
Yay,
This is
team!
lightning,
Yay,
right,
team!
See, everything went great.
All right.
I
Girl,
assume
you
my
are-
mace is
immaculate
like
rats.
embedded in a wall back there. That's how
Yes.
poorly I did. Like the mace is just there.
So,
pull it out.
You have defeated the danger that is a bag of rats. It has occurred to you that
I don't feel that great about it.
your fight with the rats, though brief, did make some noise, and you may attract some curious bandit
Uh-oh.
onlookers in the imminent future. So
Isn't there like one already in the pit though?
No,
That's
can
a-
we
There's
do
a
rescue
prisoner.
that?
We should
There's
discuss.
a
We should talk
prisoner
to this
in-
prisoner.
Would
There's a prisoner.
someone untie me from her back?
Anyway, I think we should talk to this prisoner.
I do too. I feel like the prisoner is the most important thing right now.
Yeah.
Glenn, there's an important lesson here about letting yourself get tied up to begin with. Like this is not a mistake you'll ever make again.
I do
No.
my best work tied up to a half glass back. Apparently,
I mean, it's true.
You clearly
Yeah.
forgot
Also,
to
like, we did it
specify
for
a
your-
safe word.
Yeah, Glenn, you're
Oh,
you're
wow.
real Ginger Rogers here. You know, I did everything she did, but tied to a half giant and backwards.
In heels.
But really, we did it for your own good
Oh.
originally, so you
Oh
my God,
didn't
Tony,
burn
that
your
was-
your painful
Tony,
feet.
that
After that, it
was
was just funny though.
Right?
chef's
No, it's true.
kiss. Chef's kiss.
Can I zip over to this prisoner?
All right,
And-
you drop down into the mud pit, QR.
Well, choices
Thank
It
were
you.
made.
smells
It's a good
like
thing you got those fancy boots.
Actually,
It smells
prestidigitation,
like-
I can clean myself
I was
later.
gonna say
but you will never unsmell the smell that is bandit runoff and mud.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Bandit Runoff's first album was really bad too.
oh.
yeah. So there is a
Tell me
Kind
about
of,
this, tell me about this guy person.
he looks probably maybe early 30s. Hard to tell because he does not look like he's doing great because he looks like he has been chained to the wall of a mud pit for a while. Does not look like anyone's feeding him. Also looks like maybe someone has been torturing him with rats.
Yep. Cool. Is he other
Is
than
he
being
happy
chained
that-
up? Is he blindfolded or anything like that, or is he just looking?
He is no.
bummed?
He's there. He's got his arms are manacled
He
and
just
above him
decided
on
not
the
to
wall.
say anything during that whole fight with the rats.
Is he conscious?
He's kind of. He looks a little out of it. He's staring at you with wide eyes.
Can
I
I do
would
a
be too.
medicine check on him?
Sure.
All right, I will see what that looks like.
I don't seem to have any healing spells.
I got a 4. He looks great to me.
I can do
Never
a
been better.
medicine check too.
That
Why don't
mud
I-
has some real healing properties.
So why don't I
It's
also
really
do
good for
medicine-
your
say.
pores.
Here, let me do a medicine check.
This
I can
guy's
cast some
enjoying a
light.
spa day.
Gwendil, are you going to hop down into the mud, or are you doing a distance medicine check?
Is it possible to do a distance
It's
medicine check?
Sure.
telemedicine.
It may,
Yes.
it may not be.
Virtual
So
assistant.
I have a 7 total between the +5 in medicine
Oh
plus the
my.
2
You know what?
I rolled. So
He does not look great. So
okay. All right, so I say, guys, he doesn't look great. I'm still pulling on my mace, trying to get it out of the wall.
yeah.
Why?
I don't have any-
why don't
I don't have any healing
levitate
spells.
him?
Oh, sorry.
I wonder if I could levitate him out.
Ah.
Q, is he like tied to something, or is he just tied up,
Yeah, he's manacled to the wall.
manacled to the wall?
Yep.
Does anybody
you-
have?
yeah.
Does anybody have a pair of thieves' tools, or perhaps a
Oh.
spell that could open these?
I have.
I was-
Let me check
I have
my
witch bolt. I
spells.
could cast.
Nope, that's that is excessive.
Because I've got the light
Um,
cantrip.
So I don't know if you all know this, but I'm really strong.
And I will tell you,
Can
this improvised dungeon is not well made. The walls are just dirt. Which
Cool.
let me tell you,
Well, why don't
they're
I
also
just,
some of them are just mud.
why don't I
Alright.
just cast a light cantrip so we can actually see what we're doing?
All right.
Cool.
Okay,
And then
done.
I am going to pull the manacles from the wall.
Mhm.
All right. Give me a quick strength check to see how effortlessly you do it.
Well, I rolled an 18
All
and I
right.
have +3.
Don't tear the whole wall down.
So
Also,
he
I'm
is
standing behind you.
he still has his wrists chained together, but he is and you know there is a chain that used to be connected to the wall, but basically there was a big long metal spike driven into the earth, and you just pop it out like nothing. Yep.
I want to call an audible and say that I am trying to listen to the path stairs down and keep an eye on it while we're doing all of this.
All right. The prisoner stares at Thamia and Qaris with kind of wild eyes. He's a little, he's more than a little scruffy looking, and let's be honest, he seems to have spent several days in up to his waist in mud. He looks. Who are you people?
We are here to rescue you, of course.
Sure.
Who are you?
Real quick.
Who are you?
How'd you get here? How'd you get here? Well, how long have you been here?
Can we
Can you tell us about?
I have a question for Tony, real quick, or actually, I
for
guess
Tony.
for Dan. Are you still Tasty Pete, or
Yes.
have you stripped
I'm
to?
currently still Tasty Pete.
Okay, because he probably knows you from before.
I think we
Let's be
should.
afraid.
Can we just move everybody over out of the mud pit, and I will prestidigitate everybody clean.
Sure.
Let's start
Perfect.
with that.
Hey,
All right, so you're helping him. He's kind of limping across the mud pit. You need to kind of boost him up on the ledge because he's pretty weak.
Watch out for those rats, buddy.
There's the ledge is scattered with the remains of several rats that were killed by one blast of acid, and then several rats that were individually punched to death.
They're just
And the guy-
resting.
The guy is
Interesting.
like catching his breath. He's sitting on the ledge, and he says, thank you, kind strangers. My name is Ralavas.
I had a feeling.
Mhm.
Lee, you hear footsteps of what you assume to be bandits coming down the stairs to the mud pit.
Okay,
Why
I'm gonna
are
whisper.
you not in prison where you're supposed to be? I was told that you went to prison 10 years ago.
Someone's coming. Someone's coming.
Ralavas
I have
says,
questions.
Ralavas turns to Gwendil and says, I got let out early for good behavior. I saved a noble's life in prison in a riot.
Can we hide? Is there a place that he could be concealed in this room?
In the mud pit? Well, under the mud is one option.
Can we hide him? Okay, all right.
Can we,
okay, I
like,
got this. I
dazzle
got
the
this.
people
So
coming
we stick him in the mud. Just
sorry, buddy.
enough. So
Horrifying.
his head is he's able to breathe completely. We
straw.
can put some dead rats underneath his head so he's supported. But then we put the other dead rats
guys,
over the
there's
top
no
of him.
there's no wrong ideas in brainstorming, but these are awful ideas. not necessarily tactically awful, not that they wouldn't work, but horrifying.
You know what? In the midst of battle, it does not matter what you have to do to get out alive.
All right, you have moments before. It sounds like there's two sets of footsteps coming down the stairs. Probably you could infer it was the guards who was here before coming to check on you / investigate the sound of you murdering a bunch of rats. You have but seconds to figure out what you are going to do. You do not have time to have a conversation. You do not have time to build an elaborate disguise. For
while they are concealing him in the mud, Cueris goes back, starts to go up the corridor and just be like, "Oh, look out! The rats are loose."
That's good.
And they're angry.
QRS, you start going up the stairs. It is indeed the two bandits that you saw before who seem to be on mud pit duty. And they look at you and you say, "The rats are loose." And
they'll kill us all.
They halt. They take a couple steps backward. And they're like, "Tasty Pete, you love rats."
Well, I'm fine with it, obviously. I just thought you might be concerned because I know how you feel about rats. That's why you had them in that bag. Is this working at all?
The two bandits look at each other. QRS, I think you need to make a bluff check.
I can
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
do that for you.
Come on, roll.
All right, well, that's not my best roll. It was only an 8, but I got a +5, so 13.
So the one guy turns to the other guy and says, "What did we do the last time the rats got out?" The guy says, "Rats never got out before." They look at QRS and said, "Where are your new recruits?"
They're back there trying to deal with the rats, but I don't know how well it's going.
They kind of look at each other, chuckle, and say, "QRS, or not QRS, haha."
They've seen
We know.
behind-
Yeah. Why are you wearing a name tag? That is such a poor disguise. Yeah. Tasty Pete, where did you get that crazy monogram suit? So the two bandits look at you and say, "Tasty Pete, let's go upstairs for a little while, have a snack, and let the new recruits deal with the rats."
That sounds like a great plan.
All right. They turn around
Hey
and head.
guys, I'm going up to have a snack with my best friends.
All right, we got this under control.
Would you get me off Thamia's back?
All right. So QRS, they take you back up into the main bandit bunk room. There is some horrible bandit lunch, which is basically really old bread and questionable brown matter pasted on the bread. They're heating it up over an open fire and serving it. All the bandits are having a grand old time. I'd like another bluff check from you to blend in with the bandits.
That's a 15.
All right. You're doing great. You're learning a variety.
Lead them in song and get them having a good time.
Wow, Tasty Pete, what got into you? You've had a great day.
I've had a fabulous day. I've been practicing my new musical talents, and I'm so glad to be here with my best friends.
You know what? I'm just going to tell you, QRS, you're going to learn several bandit names as they are chatting and telling jokes.
I don't want to know their names. If I kill them now, I'll feel bad.
Yeah, you're going to learn their names. I'm going to give you their names. You've learned all the names of all the bandits in this room. There's 4 bandits that were kind of hanging out there off duty. Their names are Terra, Duke, Ash Dragon Knuckle. That's one name.
What? Ash Dragon Knuckle?
And 2 cups. The two
Ash.
Yeah. ASHE.
Okay.
There are the 2 big kind of beefy looking thugs who seem to be kind of the ranking members of the Nightblades, below the Night Lord, above the general bandits, Victor and King's Teeth. And the 2 guys that you are currently keeping from doing their actual job are Pelpe and Clive Yellow River. Let's see how many bandit names Dan will remember for the rest of the adventure. Meanwhile, back down in the mud pit, the rest of you are there with, I'll assume that after a little bit of time, you pull your captive out of the neck-deep river of mud where he is being re-traumatized.
Oh man, and Q left and couldn't clean us all up.
Yep, no prestidigitation here.
Dang it.
Well, I have
So I think it's up to you. The party is split, which is always good for the dungeon master. Figure out what are your next steps. I don't know if there's things you want to learn from Ralavez.
Down. Down.
Karakut would like to not be tied to Thammy anymore.
How are Karakin's feet from the poison?
Oh, they're fine.
Okay. I mean, I'm just checking. I'm watching out for you, friend and buddy.
Oh, this is so embarrassing.
I mean, if you untie him, there's
+5 in animal handling. I probably could have reasoned with the rats.
They seemed a little stir crazy.
Okay, so
I feel like animal handling is probably more useful for like domesticated animals, not bag rats.
Rats.
The lowest form of rats. So
is bag rats our group name?
No.
You guys can do better than bag rats.
Oh, yeah.
It's the rusty dulcimers. That's who we
are. So
how do I get down?
Fine, I'll untie
so we're looking
you.
at this muddy guy. Relevance.
But I drop you in the mud.
Oh. Wah, wah.
So so you're like treading mud along with Relevaz at this point, or have we?
It's only like waist deep mud.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's pull these guys out. Let's pull them out.
Thank you.
All right. So,
so what's our move?
I don't know if Relavaz's story checks out, because what's a nobleman doing in a prison before a riot? Like instigating the riot?
I mean,
nobles are perfectly innocent of everything.
Exactly. Yes. Let's defend this. No. And wasn't Relavaz part of the original Nightblades?
Yeah.
Yes.
So why is he locked up now? Like,
why don't you ask him?
Yeah. You could...
So Relavaz, I have questions for you. I have lots of questions all of the time. Why weren't you one of the original Nightblades?
I was the leader.
So how is it that the leader of the original Nightblades happens to be locked up by like the reboot, the revival?
All of the original Nightblades, save myself and my younger brother, died in a barn fire. We were killed by the people of White Sparrow. I went to prison, not really sure what happened to my brother in the interim, and then I discovered upon my release that someone, I suspect my brother, has reformed the Nightblades. I came here to reason with him. It went poorly.
Did your brother not like you before all this went down, or do you think he's holding a grudge for a different reason?
I think that he has dedicated himself to a life of banditry and thievery and taking what he wants, and he has not learned from his actions.
So you
10 years in
prison.
prison. 10 years in prisons teaches you some things. I've seen the light. I no longer wish to do harm to my fellow creatures on this world. I've tried to convince my brother that this is the better path, but he.
So you definitely think that you definitely think that the Lord with the mask is your brother.
Yes.
Do you have proof?
He has burn marks on his neck.
That your brother used to have too?
That he in the same fire where all of my men were killed.
And you don't think that there might have been like an extra man in there who escaped and assumed a new identity? It has to be your brother?
That's what I think.
That's what you think. Okay, so you're going to refer to this guy as your brother, whether or not we actually have proof he's your brother.
I suppose so.
Okay, how long?
What are your brother's weaknesses? How can we kill him? Like really fast. We're going to kill him, of course.
I prefer not to dwell on the intricacies of murder anymore. I have chosen a new path.
How can we put him to sleep really fast?
Okay.
Perhaps some kind of sleep spell.
So, if assuming we manage to disarm or capture the head of the Nightblades, what would you do? Like, would you move on? Would you settle down in the village? Would you try to educate these people?
I think I would try to live a good life. I do not think that the people of White Sparrow would welcome me, and so I would move on.
Yeah, you're pretty sketchy on details for someone who had 10 years to think this one through there, Relavaz.
Well, the last couple days have been rather upsetting. Re-imprisonment is not what I thought was in my future.
Ah, okay.
by my
Oh,
own
by the way,
brother.
do you know anything about the giant hand in the village?
What is that about?
It's
What is
been
that
there
about?
for. Oh, you guys are such tourists. Everyone asks about the giant hand.
Yes, I'm curious. It gives me headaches. I can't stop thinking about it.
Stop looking at the hand. If it gives you headaches, stop looking at it.
But I can't.
Doctor, when I look at the hand, my arm hurts.
I can't. It consumes my thoughts. I must know. I must know what it's about.
Well,
here's the thing. Should I confab with people who are not? I keep wanting to call him Razzmatazz, and that's just wrong.
my name is Ralavaz.
I know.
What's your brother's name anyway?
Gardrin.
Gardner.
Oh, interesting. So
So
same
Dad
parents?
got to name one of you,
Half-brother?
and Mom got to name the other.
No, he's my younger brother.
All right. Your parents still alive? They live around here?
I have not seen them.
How
They
are
do
they
not
doing?
approve.
They doing okay? They retired?
How's your mom? How's your mother?
Say
She
hello to your
worries.
mom
You
for
should call
me.
her.
Yeah. She's still
I
alive,
have not heard from them since I was sent to prison a decade ago.
That's very cruel.
Some people's family lives are complicated.
We did just rescue
How are your parents?
Listen, my parents are great.
Is your brother also a bandit lord who imprisoned you in a basement?
I talked to
No,
them
he's a
through
grad student.
sparkling.
He studies giant hands in villages.
Oh, how many rats does he have?
I talk to my parents every night through the sparkling, scything pool, and they're great. Thank you.
Dungeon
Just
Master.
imagine Karkaron and his parents like all washing their hands like little raccoons while they talk.
Dungeon Master to players. What's your next step here?
I want to talk to everybody separate from Ralavaz because I'm super suspicious about him.
Like
Like
individually,
yeah.
or
No, like him.
Make
can
sure they
we,
get all their
push
stories
him
straight.
back into the pit so I can talk to him, and then we'll pull him out again. Or
He's you know what you can do. This is the Dragon Huddle. You go off to one corner and have your little meeting without him.
all right. His story seems really convenient. I feel like there's something off about his story. I don't trust a guy who says that a benevolent nobleman happened to release him from prison. He happened to have a change of heart. He happened to run into somebody who might be his brother or might not be, except that they've argued, and now he happens to be in a dungeon.
I don't know. Our government's pretty corrupt. So they're
Do you
always
have
putting noblemen in
siblings?
prison.
This seems totally what a brother relationship would totally do. Put
I
'em-
feel like what if they're working together to try to capture people?
Why would he be in a pool of mud if they're
Yeah,
working
they're-
together in the background?
this is a hell of
I've
a
seen this part.
plan.
Yeah, they are committed to
Maybe
the
it's
bit.
I
He's
can
been down
see-
here he has been down here for a week, and every morning he's like, "This is the day a changeling talks his way into."
I'm
Windy,
not
I have
saying
a
that
feeling
was the
that-
plan. I'm just saying
Listen.
this smells like a setup.
I'm a little worried the giant hand is affecting your object.
That is
I'm
also
not
a
sure you
possibility. I need to
If
get
you're
back
talking
to
to
the
the
hand.
hand, don't listen to the hand.
Yeah.
I want the
I-
hand. I want to know more.
We
about the hand.
should. Did we find out? Did Ralavez say anything about like what he's afraid of? Like fire, maybe still.
Can we ask him what he's afraid of?
We could ask Ralavaz what he's afraid of, and then see if he brings it around to
Probably
what
rats
he's
is my guess.
Why take
Even if it
such
wasn't
security?
before. Even if it wasn't before.
Or we could just ask what his
We're all
brother.
just over here talking
Hey,
about our greatest
hey,
fears.
Hey, Ralavez.
Yeah.
What are your
Ralavaz, what
brothers-
is your greatest fear?
What is his?
In-
What are his
Is
subjective?
it being
Imprisonment.
locked in a barn while it's set on fire, or is there something else?
That I would never see the sun on my face again.
Always?
Cool,
You're
we'll
that's
try and
remarkably
fix that.
specific. Okay, was that your greatest fear like a week ago, or is this like a recently developed greatest fear?
Look, I'm sorry. She's been looking at the hand. We can't help her at this point. She's been
But
looking at the
what
hand.
what
People are
is your
very
brother
strange.
fear? What does your brother fear? What does he not like?
I suspect fire would
Listen,
be.
Okay.
guys,
Cool.
I just want to ask. There's probably a different question we line of thought here. Is there another way out of here?
What
Is there another way? Oh, we haven't asked him, have we? Or have we?
do you know?
Oh,
do you know-
Alavez, is there another way out of here?
I don't think so.
Ah,
Do you know why your brother sought to revive this organization? Like, can you tell me more about what he's trying to do? Is it just banditry, or is there a greater plan, do you think?
I think he is angry at the people of White Sparrow and seeks to cause them harm and to do harm to all those around them and take things from them that he wishes.
Listen, will you
He's-
join
He's
with us?
motivated
to
by
over-
greed and the desire to have power and the desire to have gold and the desire to hurt those who he believes hurt him.
Will you join with us to overthrow your brother,
Oh,
to
yeah,
defeat
I
the
was just gonna
Nightblades,
ask.
and rescue White Sparrow so you can go off with your virtuous life? That's what we need right now. We need your help to get out of
Absolutely.
here.
Absolutely, says the frail, unfed, unwashed prisoner.
Right.
Also unarmed.
Right.
I'm just going to say, QRS, you probably have a chance to duck down the hall if you want.
I will. In the meantime, while we are all eating, is there booze in here? Like
There's
ale?
there is a special beverage that they call bandit juice.
Oh,
Well, I would like to make sure that all
Listeners at home, if you would like to enjoy bandit juice, take this special recipe from Tony Sindelar, not recommended for health reasons.
Don't take it.
Go
Yeah.
into your kitchen, find the nearest bottle of vinegar, pour it into the dirtiest glass you have,
Oh yeah.
drink.
Why do people have dirty glasses in their house, Tony?
Well, I mean,
Take
do you
them out
only
from the
have clean
sink,
glasses
yeah.
all the time? Yeah,
all
this
the time. When
So-
they get dirty, you throw them out.
I would like to make sure
my
that
God.
all of their glasses are topped up and their drinking is heavy. Like I'm just gonna kind of like nudge them all towards like drinking more.
all right.
Cheers.
Give me a
Duke,
bluff check.
Duke, your cup is empty. Let me fill that up for you. 2 cups. You've only got 1 cup.
QRS, give me a bluff or performance check, your choice.
Let's say performance. It doesn't
I
really
was gonna
matter.
say, I hope you're good at performance.
I have the same bonus to both. 10.
All right. I'm going to say that I'm going to roll a d4 and see how many bandits are incapacitated. 3 bandits, it's probably midday, but 3 bandits, they're bandits. They're off the clock. 3 bandits are pretty incapacitated and would probably be operating at disadvantage for everything. But the rest seem fine. I'm going to put little independent symbols on them.
All right. Well, I've sort of gone around and like filled up people's cups. I'm then going to slip back down the corridor when I have a chance
All right.
and come down and find them having a powwow and be like, "What are you doing? We need to go."
We've been getting to know this guy. He's very interesting. I think he's turned over a new leaf. I think he's frail, but he's wiry. And I think we could
There are
Grab
8
him.
bandits up there, and they all seem well armed and not friendly. So if we're going
them
to get out of
drunker.
here,
Okay,
we're going to
we
need
need
a
to kill
plan.
the leader. We need to kill the leader. This is never gonna end.
cut off the head. The
Yeah.
body falls.
I'm open to suggestions.
We just go
Okay.
in and we kill.
Lee's
All
pretty
right.
good
Or
with that, those
we
weapons there.
work our way through, try and bring. How do you think we could fight actual people in the mud pit,
People
like
pay
2
good
at a
money for
time,
that.
without
Like, what if we just
alarming the rest of the
had,
people upstairs?
Oh yeah, should we yell and get him to come down here?
Well, no.
ambush them
We
and
don't
then
want
throw them
all
in
of
the pit.
them.
Throwing them in the mud pit.
We
Yeah,
don't
they
want
come down
all
one at
of
a time.
them.
They're single file. It's a narrow passageway. We could hit them, and Thamia could throw him into the mud pit. And the rats, I don't know, they'd be so disgusted.
What
they'd
if maybe I'm just
Could I throw light
spitballing
in their
here,
face to- Mhm.
and let's assume perhaps you guys have shared with me some of the things you've learned, quote unquote. What if we start a fire?
Oh, I like fires.
Mud is not very flammable.
Right,
No,
but there's
but
like beds
rats
and
are.
stuff up there.
Ah, no! Wet, acid-soaked rats. Muddy, wet.
Oh man,
acid-soaked
I saw them.
rats.
I saw them open at the Palladium back in '62. They were great.
Oh man.
Rats, man.
I can create the smell of smoke, but I can't really do much else to simulate a fire. So it seems like the best
Well,
option is to start an actual
You're
fire.
saying
Yeah.
where there's smoke, there's no fire. in
That's
other
right.
words.
So let me just try and steer you a little bit. What is your goal in all of this? So there's goal 1, you want to leave alive.
Yes.
Is your only goal to get out, or are there things you want to
Well,
accomplish here?
I was also
I think
thinking
we should take back Realm as.
we probably
as
no,
Batanz.
but we should deal with the Night Lord, honestly.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Gotta take that guy down.
what I was trying
Hey,
to
Can we
hope-
get back to the hand? Like we can do the Night Lord and then go back to the
No,
village?
no, no.
kind of what I was
No.
hoping was that the
hands.
fire at least would drive out some of the bandits. So maybe we're not fighting like 12 bandits and we're fighting like
Oh,
6 bandits.
So you
Okay,
can run
we
up the
what?
have a way
stairs.
to set the tower on fire. Do you think that will like throw the Night Lord into a trauma-induced flashback? and-
I'm pretty sure the tower is made out of stone.
Ah,
I'm not. I don't mean to step on Dungeon Tony's toes here.
no,
right.
no.
No.
I've got a plan.
What is
Okay.
the point
is
of having
the
a sacred flame thing if I can't use it?
Is it
does the
fiendish?
For
room?
people, use it on people.
Yeah. You should use that instead of your mace because you're way better at that than you are at macing people.
Oh,
Probably should. Yes. Yes.
Sick flame bird.
Okay.
No, I was being cheerful. You're way better
Oh,
at that.
No, it does say no.
What is that room up there with the bandits lit by?
There's probably some sad torches on sconces in the wall.
Perfect.
Love saying
How hard
sconces.
would it be to accidentally knock some torches onto some of those bedrolls, which are probably filled with straw?
Somebody with a mage hand could probably do that real easily.
I got mage hand.
Oh,
Send me in,
thank God.
coach.
Oh,
Send me
yay!
in, coach.
I guess we can untie him and let him down.
Hey, I've been running around. for the
Yeah,
last
I dumped him in the
hour.
mud. Oh, that reminds me.
I've
Can
been
we
no
get
slouch.
clean, please?
Everyone's
Thanks.
clean.
Thank you.
Well,
All right.
our
So we're gonna
physical bodies.
start a little bit of fire. At the very least, that'll distract some of them into putting the fire out, which might give us an
Smart.
opportunity to get by them into the room of the Night Lord. Then we're only dealing with a few guards.
I'm here for this. I
Okay.
think I'm okay
Okay.
with that.
Yeah,
So
let's
What
let's.
am I
try it.
gonna do with? Tell me what I'm gonna do with mage hand. I don't know what to do with it.
So you're gonna use it. We're gonna have to creep back up the corridor, and then when we can see into this room, you're going to use it to essentially take a torch and topple it onto a convenient, flammable bedroll.
God.
Okay, so real quick,
Preferably
before we're-
away from the door where the Night Lord is, like
Right,
over
right.
here.
Wait, don't we want to trap him? He can be trapped there.
Yeah, but we can't.
We need to get into the room
yeah, we
too.
need to deal with him. We just need to.
Into the
We need to
room.
neutralize these guards.
We need
But
to
I don't
into
think
the room.
everyone needs to sneak up. I think because 4 of us are new recruits. So we can just waltz up, hey, it's food time, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then we can distract them enough so that Karakon can do mage hand because he's supposed to be, a prisoner
Right.
with the other prisoner.
Yep, like it.
Yep. And so we'll distract them from one and then, overreact the fire in the corner and try and separate them. And then we all rush in to attack the Night Lord.
What
Huh?
if Ralavaz is
Sounds
tied to Thamia's back?
I mean, we could, but we're still
could.
pretending that we are part of their team. So
True, but they might not
I
see it.
think
You're
we're
so
good.
big, you wouldn't see behind you. That
I like Thamia's plan. I am 100% on board with this.
All right, let's do
Great
it.
plan. Go team.
All right.
Is
so-
this plan the worst plan you've ever heard of, or the best plan you've ever heard of? Surely it is nowhere in the
best
middle.
plan you've never heard of?
At least it doesn't involve rope. Is this simply the beginning of the end, or the end of the beginning? Will they all die in a fire of their own starting? For answers to questions such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill.
This is good. I feel like we got some traction going now.
Is that what that is?
It's all
Action.
downhill from here or uphill. I never know
Literally
which one is
uphill.
better.
It's literally
Certainly-
uphill from here. But
Certainly there is a hill involved. Live stream, I think we're going to take like a quick 5 or 10 minute break, and then we'll be back. This may or may not be the conclusion of this adventure, depending on how this plan goes.
Depends on if we have any more questioning.
Well,
almost
I
certainly.
can't help it. That's my character.
refresh your drinks.
We'll be
All right.
right back, live stream.
All right. So 10 minutes.
Live stream, we're back. We're gonna play Dungeons and Dragons some more for you. I hope that's what you were expecting because we don't really have any other options.
We could go again.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, a nerd that you know on the internet, Tony Sindelar, also a dungeon master, here running more Total Party Kill mini adventures. We are reaching the conclusion of the adventure of the Nightblades. Allow me to quickly introduce our players who will quickly introduce their characters. First up, it's Glenn Fleischman.
It's me, and I am Karakon, a sorcerer who has a distinct affinity for small, shiny objects, perhaps.
Next up, it's Aline Sims.
I am playing Lee, the Air Genasi monk.
Also here, Kathy Campbell.
Hello, I play Thamia, the Goliath fighter.
Also here, Dan Moran.
Hello, I am Qeris, a changeling bagpipe-toting bard.
Last but not least, Lisa Schmeiser.
Hello, I play Gwendiel, the cleric and person who asks lots of questions.
Indeed, we love it. Previously on Dungeons and Dragons Total Party Kill, you have snuck deep into the basement of the bandit lair of the Nightblades. You have come up with a plan in which you will set a fire, hopefully causing a distraction to provide you with some cover to go and confront the Night Lord himself in his throne room and hopefully avoid having to fight like 20 bandits at the same time. Let's see how that goes.
Gonna go great.
Players,
And then the
what's
plan
next?
went great. All right, so Qeris, Thamia, and I think let's have like Qeris and Thamia go in first, and then Gwendiel and Karakon back them up because they'll wonder why we didn't leave anybody to guard the prisoners.
Well, no, so yes, so don't forget Lee.
Oh, I did forget Lee because I think our tokens are overlapping.
Yes.
I'm like missing some people here.
Right. But definitely Karakon should be last because he's supposed to be a prisoner.
Yeah, so let's have
too.
Lee come with us. So the three of us will like walk in
Okay.
and be like, we left those other two garden, and then they can set the fire and we can distract everyone.
Perfect.
My mage hand.
All right, so you guys are going to be ready. We'll hopefully distract most of them to get over to this left-hand corner, and then the rest of us can run into the Night Lord room.
All right, Qeris, Thamia, or Lee, some combination of you give me, I don't know, bluff, performance. There's not a distraction skill per se, something that you're going to do to attempt to distract them. I'll even say you probably have an advantage because half of the bandits at this point are inebriated.
All right.
I
will do a performance. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
why
got
not?
it
Performance.
10.
All right, you're not hurting.
I rolled a critical, so that's 25.
All right, Qeris, you like
Cool.
gather everyone around and are telling like a really great story. So I will say the bandits are fully distracted. The thugs aren't really paying attention to you, but they are pretty intent on guarding the door to the Night Lord's inner sanctum. So you're just phase one of your plan. The distraction has gone into effect. Phase two, Gwendiel and Karakon, do you sneak up the stairs also?
Yes, 'cause I got to cast my mage hand from within 30 feet, I believe.
Sure. So there are a variety of torches and sconces that you can see just from peeking up from the top of the stairs there, and so a little magic hand can appear and knock torches wherever you want them knocked.
Excellent. Well, I would enjoy knocking. Are we ready? Is it time?
Yeah, do it.
yes,
You
do it.
Okay.
Do it.
Do I need to roll for mage hand, or is it
Nope,
just do
it
it?
just,
just
it
just
just
I
happened.
am taking the best torch and letting the best, most flammable thing on fire. Kaboom!
All right. Let me ask a question. Did your plan consider what you do with Ralavaz during this whole thing?
I assume that I'm keeping an eye on him on account of the fact that I have all these medical type.
Okay. Is he coming with you, or are you going to come back and get him later?
I think he's got to come with us.
He's got to
come
come
with
with
us, yeah.
because he's got to
All
talk
right.
to his brother. So,
All right. So,
let's
But we're
see.
gonna keep him in the
no.
in the hallway for
yeah, that's fine.
yeah.
Karakon, can you indicate to me on the map which bedroll are you setting on fire?
Oh, let me think about that. Where's?
No, you can't think too hard.
Farthest
Oh,
away from where we're trying to
I'm
go.
gonna wait. How do I do it? Do I just put my
Click and
thing on
hold.
here? Move this.
You just click and hold on the spot on the map you want to do it.
like that.
There you go.
All right.
Oh wait, hold on. I didn't do that.
That
Wait a
was
second.
me. Sorry, I was.
Sure.
No, not that
All
one.
right.
Oh, not that one.
Too late.
Oh my god.
I now have to see if I can move this fire.
All
All right. So torches fall into bedrolls, and the beds are smoldering. The bandits have not noticed yet because they are still very distracted by QRs. One of the thugs notices smoke coming out and runs over to try and start putting out the fire. But let me tell you, you know what bandits aren't great at? Fire safety and organization.
Oh, that's all.
So the room, the fire is not super dangerous at this point, but you know that bed is a total loss. The fire is spreading. The bandits are not well equipped in terms of, for example, their main liquid on hand in the headquarters here is bandit juice, and not what you would traditionally use to extinguish a fire, water. So half the bandits are intoxicated, and the bandits are basically panicking and running around and trying to put out the fire by stomping it out and swatting at it with their other bedrolls, and the fire is spreading, and there's a lot of smoke. And I think so far your plan is working as expected.
So
All right.
I have this thing called
One
a
of the
sacred
thugs
flame.
disappears to go and alert the Night Lord.
This seems like our chance to rush them.
I think we're gonna
I
have
think
to.
it's as good as we're gonna
Okay.
get. Yeah.
Okay, that's a.
First, we
I
gotta
have
get-
this
Or at
cantrip
least-
called Sacred Flame, where flame-like radiance descends on a creature that you can see within range. This seems like that might be kind of a handy thing for freaking people out too.
I think
Or-
it's,
Just double checking.
shooting people is the best way because it does damage.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
no spells that can shoot.
I got a crossbow.
You have Sacred
All
Flame.
right.
Sacred Flame is literally a spell that shoots people.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if it just sets people on fire or
No,
like,
it's
makes them
radiant
think they're on
damage, so
fire.
it's like
It
the light
melts
of
them with-
God.
Yeah, it
Okay.
melts them with radiant
Yeah,
damage.
so that
So
might be
can-
really good to use for the Night Lord when we get
All
to
right,
him,
all right.
because then
So
it's
I'll-
extras.
I'll keep that in reserve. Then.
Yeah.
And you probably
I got
even
a
have. I
crossbow.
think you have a guiding bolt too, which is like a big hefty spell that the Night Lord will probably not like if we can. If we can
I
get
do
him.
have a guiding
If we
bolt
can
as
get there.
well, and I'm also should I try and make Relavaz feel a little bit better so he can move more nimbly, or are we just going to assume that
He's probably not I mean, he doesn't have any weapons or gear, so I
Yeah.
think he is.
Don't worry about it. All
Yeah.
right.
I think he
Keep
is
an eye
just.
on him.
Yeah.
We'll just keep an eye and make sure he doesn't keel over.
All right.
Yeah.
Shall we pop into the room with the Night Lord?
Yes.
Shall we-
Yeah.
Retire into
Hueris is gonna run in and just be like, "There's a fire outside! Quick, go put it out!" and try to convince any of the guards in there to leave.
Give me a performance check.
Critical fail.
Oh,
So that's a 6.
All right. The Night Lord glares down at you. You can't see his eyes behind his golden mask, but you get the sense that it's a glare. Yes, because the Night Lord is an ostentatious bandit garbed in weird mismatched royal robes and a strange golden mask. You do notice it looks like he's got some burn scars on his neck where his mask does not cover him. And he says, "Silence, Tasty Pete. You will stay here and protect me from the flames."
Oh, I don't know. I think like maybe now is the time when I should shoot a sacred flame. Should I do that?
Seems a little
Just-
premature. Are we even in the,
Okay.
in the room
Yeah,
yet?
is everyone?
The rest of you run in behind Tasty
Okay,
Pete.
well, now can I put the flames in the person and the?
Well, I'm just going to move all your tokens in that
Oh, okay.
vicinity.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
trying to decide. I have an idea, and I'm not sure if it's a good idea or not.
well,
Dan-
I feel
What
like
is that ever
Hueris,
stopped
by all
us?
means, let's hear it.
Just to let's just remind ourselves, you are basically all standing crowded in the doorway to the Night Lord's inner sanctum. There's a weird stone well in the middle of the room. There are looming statues of knights standing or crouched with swords. The Night Lord is up on his ridiculously ostentatious throne/dais. There's a good 4 bandits and 1 thug in here, in addition to the Night Lord. So yeah, do what you're gonna do.
All right, so
All right.
give me Dan. Give us.
Oh, here we go.
I will
Oh, I
do
see.
one of these and then say, "I am actually Relavaz, your brother.
Oh, nice, nice.
It is I, brother, and you have seized the
brother,
night blades
yes!
from me for the last time."
Right on.
Yes.
Good work.
brother.
That is a
oh my
plan.
gosh, you have to say it like
Is
that
it?
too,
I
brother.
don't know. It just seemed like something funny to do.
The Night Lord falls out of the throne.
Oh, no.
And now we attack everybody.
Attack! Attack!
All right.
Okay, I want to do my secret flame.
I will tell you the way this is going to work. You're going to roll initiative. The Night Lord is very surprised. The bandits are all very surprised. You will get a surprise round, which means you all get to go and they don't do anything. And then we start the next turn because
Alright.
they're so surprised. Dan, remind me, 5th edition surprise round, one action or a whole turn? How does surprise round work in 5e? It's
I
been a while.
believe it's. Ooh, that's a great question. I think it's one. I'm gonna double check really quick.
It might just be on action, which, for example, if you're Quendiel, might be.
No, so it doesn't
Secret.
affect. It doesn't affect the people who are not surprised. If you are surprised, you cannot take a move or take an action. I believe for everybody else, it's essentially a normal turn. Yes.
So
Alright.
it's basically the skip a turn.
It doesn't
card
affect. Yeah.
in Uno.
It doesn't affect the people who aren't surprised. They are acting as normal. The people who are
Okay.
surprised cannot take an action.
So let me just grab another stat block here. So why don't you all roll initiative and fill it in the thing? And I'm just getting the Night Lord's stats ready.
Ugh.
Don't mind me.
You're not going to need them. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
In the turn, I put mine in the turn
Yep.
order thing. Okay. Just checking. Too many rats. Too many rats. We killed too many rats.
I think
Roll
we
the
killed
10,
the
and
precise,
The right amount
the
of
best
rats.
number of rats. Yeah.
Exactly
The-
right number of rats.
The Night Lord has rolled a 2 on his initiative.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Thank God.
Very surprised.
He is
So we
like,
basically
"What?"
get 2 full rounds.
I was pretty sure I had locked up my brother. I am very confused. Is Tasty Pete also my brother? But no, he has my other brother's face. What is going on?
Did he turn into a changeling?
The thugs are a little confused. Thug singular. And wow. These are this is not a great day for Team Bandit.
Yay!
Yeah.
We're knocking them into the well because I think we should knock them into the well and
At
get
least
them
one
Time's
of them.
turned.
Yeah, at least one. It's right there.
Yeah. Can Thamia knock them into the well? I trust
You can
Thamia.
try.
I mean,
Does
I can
everyone
do
have
anything.
their,
Tony, you
Does
might
everyone
wanna-
have their initiative in?
Do you want to remove the
No,
rats,
what do I-
or
what
do
do
we
I
get to
do?
throw rats? People?
Are there more rats?
Some more
where am I
rats.
putting
Do they
the
breed
initiative in?
rats?
The
Bag
show?
rats?
Wendy, what did you roll?
I rolled an 18. So
Plus anything?
I'm looking at my character sheet now. Is INT initiative?
Yep.
Okay,
Or,
so
or
No, that's in
That's
intelligence.
Intelligence.
It's over the top
Initiative
next
is
to your armor class.
yeah.
next to my armor class. Okay. Armor class is 18. Oh, plus 3. So let's see.
21.
21. That's what I have.
All right.
Ooh.
All right, there we go.
Everyone's in there. Lee 15, Gwendale 21, Karakan 11, Thamia 15, QRS 9.
What?
Yep.
Kiwaris? I can't
I rolled
even.
poorly.
All
Look,
right.
You did great. Your plan has been great.
Gwendale,
Come on.
you go first. The Night Lord is in shock. All of the bandits are in confusion and disarray. In another room, bandits may be on fire. Somehow, everything is going according to plan. Ralavaz is in the hallway behind you guys, extremely confused about his role in all of this.
Just
What
sit
would you
back
like to
there,
do?
dude.
Ralavaz is
sit
but a
back.
pawn.
Okay, I want to. I have my sacred flame cantrip.
All right.
So I'm gonna aim that at the Night Lord there.
All right.
Woo.
So I think you probably roll that and do a spell attack.
Yes. Does that just mean I roll using the 20 die?
Yep.
All right, let me roll it. Oh God, here goes nothing. I'm like nervous. Ooh, 16.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah.
What's your spell attack bonus?
So my spell attack bonus is for it's 5.
Nice.
Whoa.
21. Nice.
So that's
All right.
20.
Blackjack.
So you catch the Night Lord right in his golden face with a sacred flame.
Oh my gosh, this is
There we go. Excellent.
Emperor
Excellent.
Palpatine.
He's still alive though, right?
Oh yeah, probably. You haven't told me about
You have to-
damage yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do I do for the damage? So I'm looking at the cantrip specifications now, and it says 1d8 for damage.
All right. Roll it.
Okay. So do I roll that with the 20 die as well?
You rolled a
D8.
D8.
Wait, D8.
D8.
It's an 8-sided
okay.
die.
Oh, okay. There we go. Now D for dice. Okay, got it. All right. So for damage, 5.
All right. You have gotten the first strike on the Night Lord. You have melted a corner of his golden mask, and he screams in pain. No, brother, why?
So we
Point
have
of order, that
confirmed
wasn't
that it's
me.
his. Yeah. So we have confirmed that it was his brother who.
Mhm.
put the band back
Empirically.
together.
It's likely that golden mask does not provide a great amount of peripheral vision. So,
Okay.
Thamia, you are in the doorway. You are no longer attached to a Karakan. What do you want to do? There are bandits and a thug all around you.
I mean, the thug just so happens to be right
Yeah.
in front of me. So I would like to take my longsword in one hand and ready my hand axe in the other. But I'm going to roll. Ooh. I rolled a 5 plus 5. I got a 10.
10 will not hit a beefy thug.
All right, but that's okay because I have my other hand, which rolled a 17.
All right. So you are. Is this swords or fists? What are we doing to this
My
thug?
hand axe.
Hand axe.
is
You
my
take a
hand.
chop out of the hand axe with your hand, or you take a chop out of the thug with your hand axe.
Yes.
Roll me damage.
5.
All right. Oh, there's a spray of blood from the thug's shoulder, and he grunts and looks at you with a scowl.
This is getting serious, man.
Lee.
Okay, so just to verify that I understand what's happening, we have 4 armed guards plus the thug plus the Night Lord, correct?
Correct. I'm trying to move the tokens around a little bit because it's a bit confusing, but yes.
So is
Can they be-
there
Names, real quick. I think it would be easier to see
Yeah.
the people if they had the little white.
if they had
Sorry.
the labels?
Yeah.
I will add that.
John, George.
Continue to do your thing.
Sorry.
While I add. Well, no, it's good.
So I should be able to, if I'm reading the map correctly, I think I can move in and go next to the guy who's at the I think he's gonna be bandit 2. That makes it easier. So I think I should be able to do that without having an opportunity attack.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, you move into the room. You head. There's a group of bandits to the north and a group of bandits to the south.
Yep.
You head north and move in the direction of. It happens to be Bandit 2, but that group of bandits to the.
Okay. Okay, Gwendil, where are you standing? Your token moved.
I think you're probably
I
in
was
the.
originally right there.
Okay.
So
doorway.
I was
Okay.
in the doorway.
Okay, so I'm gonna come over here to Bandit 2 then.
There you go.
And I'm gonna, doing my drunken staggery thing, talking like I'm drunk. And I'm gonna try to hit it with my quarterstaff. It's a 24,
That definitely hits
and
Just like slices him right in the middle.
with a quarterstaff, Glenn.
Well,
It's
quarter of the way
sharpened
down.
quarterstaff.
Quarter of the way down.
rolled off.
She hit him
Right.
really hard.
So that is 7 points of damage.
Oh, you basically just like slam him right in the stomach. He is winded. He is keeled over. He looks like he is barely conscious at this point.
And then I'm going to, as my bonus action, do an unarmed strike. And that is 23.
You have no trouble punching him right in the face.
Oh, God. Wow.
And that's for 5 points of damage.
He hits the ground like a sack of rats.
Except wiggingless, I hope.
Yeah, like a
Well,
sack of
that's a
dead.
bag of rats. Bag of
Yeah.
rats wiggle.
Yeah.
Sacks of rats don't.
Thank you, Kathy.
I got you.
Yeah, rat hierarchy. If we learn nothing today, let us learn the hierarchy of rat containers.
I've always been curious.
All right, Lee, you have
Yep.
knocked a bandit out before he even understood what was going on.
Well done, Lee.
Yep, and that is my turn.
Karakan, you stand in the doorway full of spells and potential. What havoc will you rain?
I think my best plan here is poison spray at the thug.
Okay. I will tell you, actually, is poison spray an area attack?
It's
I think it's just one creature.
you extend your hand towards somebody at 10 feet range, and I'm close, right?
Yeah.
Is that my best move?
It's a good move. I'm wondering if it might even hit more than just.
I think poison spray is just a.
Really? It sounds.
It says a creature.
Okay,
So
it says a creature.
Yeah, so I figure I'll try to get the thug with this because it's powerful.
Do it.
All right, what do I do? Just do it?
Yeah.
Noxious spray is emitted.
I think they need to make a saving throw.
1d12 saving throw or take 1d12 poison damage.
All right. Tell me, he's rolling against your spell save. What is he doing? Constitution, probably?
Constitution saving roll, I'm sorry.
He rolled an 11. What's your spell save? Probably higher than 11.
Save is 11.
Oh, somehow this beefy, burly thug, his arms covered in horrible prison tattoos, just kind of vapes the horrible poison spray that you wafted his direction.
Wow.
Intoxicating.
Sorry, Karakun. You all set?
I can't do anything
Should
else.
have been
right?
on my
That's it?
back.
Basically, yeah.
Oh,
QRS,
I miss your back.
you stand in the doorway, a new disguise upon your face. The guise of Tasty Pete is over. Long live Ralavas.
Brother.
I will laugh.
Free action.
You always were mother's least favorite brother. That's a vicious mockery.
Mm-hmm. All right, you've got
There's
advantage
a
when
reason
you
mother always told you to play near the well.
you have advantage when you use the face of his disgraced brother
Well,
against him.
in that case, let's say he has disadvantage to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right, wisdom saving throw. Wow, that made a big difference. I rolled a 17 and a 3, so he fails.
He will take 3 points of psychic damage. And he will have disadvantage if we
On his
on next attack, which is a little while from now. I will
right.
also use a bonus action to give my bardic inspiration to someone who is coming up in the order here. I'm going to give it to Thamia. Thamia, you have a
Great.
D6 in reserve that you can
Okay.
roll to add to any ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. You can
Okay.
see. You will be able, basically, if you roll, you can see your own roll and see how well you rolled, but before you find out whether or not you succeeded or failed. So if you rolled like low, you can add
Like a
D6.
5, like I did.
Yeah,
last
you could add a
round?
D6 to that roll,
Okay.
but you won't get to know whether or not you succeeded before you add it. So you kind of
Okay.
gotta take it on a leap of faith there.
Okay, so it's not okay. Gotcha. Cool. Okay.
All right. So the trifecta of bad guys, thugs, Night Lord, and Team Bandits are caught flat-footed and surprised and are not sure what to do. And so you get to go again, but they will act this round just toward the end. Gwendale, you are next. You stand in the doorway, having just sacred flamed the Night Lord. What will you do next?
Can I do it again?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it again.
He's got 2 eyeballs.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Well, he does not now. Not now. He doesn't. He's down to 1. Let's
That's
see if he gets
true.
down to 0. So I am going to sacred flame this again. So I believe. Let me make sure I understand what I did. I have to roll the 20-sided dice first, right?
Yep.
And then so I roll that. 20
Natural
Whoa.
20.
Nice.
When you roll a 20 in combat, Elisa, I don't know if you've done this yet.
No.
That's a critical. That's really good.
Uh-huh.
If you were going to roll damage, so is this correct, Dan? So for Sacred Flame, it would normally be a D8.
Yes.
You get to roll 2D8?
Except I don't. Does that apply on spells?
I don't know.
I'm just looking it up now because I have forgotten. It's been so long since I've
Yeah.
since I've rolled a critical. I tried to spells
Let's say yes for now. So roll 2D8 instead of a single D8.
All
You
right.
catch him right in the chest with a beam of golden light.
So the first time I rolled a 5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is
The
critical.
second time I rolled a 1. So it's
Ooh.
6.
All
Not
right.
bad, though. Not
that's
bad.
Great. But I also have It says damage 1d8. So what is it? 7 total?
Six
5 and
total.
1 is 6.
Yeah. Okay. Plus
There's no
right.
plus
There's-
on it.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I just rolled a 6. I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay. It's still
Hey,
it's still
not as- not
damage.
as-
Yeah.
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 Not as strong as the last one. It's just gonna maybe make his face gently smoke.
He
a bit,
fell
I think.
over, so it's harder to
Yeah,
aim.
he is not looking as ready for the session as he would like to have been. So Thammy, you are next. You stand with the thug. This Chris knows that this is King's Teeth, who is standing perhaps dangerously close to the well in the middle of the Night Lord's inner sanctum. Just you and a big beefy thug.
Yeah, I think I'd like to use my my unarmed strike, and just kind of kick him into the well.
I think what you're trying to do
Alright.
is like a bull
Grapple.
rush.
Sure,
It's like a
that
300
sounds like a
move.
word that definitely means something. I'm gonna roll a 20 and tell you the number,
Yeah.
and you tell me what that means.
Do you scream Sparta while you do it?
Sure. I rolled an 18. Plus
Dan, are you looking up
whatever.
how this works?
For a grapple, yeah, you
Yeah.
make a melee attack. I'm just looking really quick. You grapple.
I think it's gonna work
Yep,
because she rolled an 18.
What's your athletics?
tie.
5.
Yeah, so 23.
23.
So yeah, you grab him, and then you basically can use your move action to shove him. And you want to shove him into the let's see. Oh look, there's actually a thing, shoving a creature. Using the
Ooh.
attack action, you can make a special melee attack to shove a creature, either knock it bone or push it away from you. The target check.
He's gonna make an athletics or dexterity or acrobatics to try and resist.
So this guy makes an athletics to try and resist. I don't think he's going to be able to resist a 23.
Well, let's find out.
He rolled like a 21, so he tried really hard.
That was
Um,
pretty good.
He's
But
a good
he's-
thug.
Falling into the well, I think, right?
Ooh.
Yay!
He goes
Bye-bye.
into the well.
So he gets-
You don't know how deep the well is.
I
But the
want to learn, so that's why I'm listening.
It's a one. If that's a
Fresh out of
1 foot
stones, throw a
well,
person
I
down.
know. He's just going to get mad.
Gwyndeal's
I mean, you
over
don't
there
wanna-
counting one
Like,
1,000,
what if he
two
pops up with the
1,000,
hand?
three
We have to go
1,000.
back to the hand to find
it's not a
out.
well unless it's deep or bottomless.
The thug is just kind of speechless as he gets shoved backward by Thamia and is suddenly like kicking in midair as there is no ground beneath him, and he is just plummeting down a well. There only a second or so passes before you hear the sound of splash as a thug hits the bottom of a well, but not like not an impossibly deep well, just a well. An okay.
Nice work. Nice work.
I mean, let me tell you, he is greatly inconvenienced by being in a well.
All right. So the important thing to
Well,
remember
well,
is to not forget about him
Mm-hmm.
and
Was
make
it a
sure
climb?
at
No,
the
no, no.
end.
Clearly, when we're all celebrating, that's when the hand comes up right at the end there. I've
For the
seen Die Hard. This
Right.
I was gonna say Teenage
The
Mutant Ninja
key is just to
Turtles.
keep
Also
dumping
fair,
other
yeah.
stuff on top of him.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
more
Okay.
So
bandits.
Thamia, I think that was probably
Are you
your.
suggesting we
your
keep going
attack.
back to that well, or
Uh,
Oh.
all right, I'm moving on. Lee.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah. Well, actually,
Okay, so I'm gonna try to get Bandit 1 before they get an attack on my friend Gwen here. I rolled off my desk, so let me just. Wow. Okay, hang on. I need a bigger desk. All right, that is 17.
All right, you quarterstaff another bandit. These guys just did not see this coming. They were not prepared for the diminutive monk to come in here and wreck them all.
That's 10 points of damage.
That
then-
bandit is barely on his feet.
Okay, I'm gonna
Throw him in the
do
well.
my
Throw him on top of the other one.
my bonus unarmed strike. I'm not that strong.
Oh, man.
That is 10
10 to hit.
to hit. Yeah.
That does not hit.
Okay.
That bandit is barely hanging on. All right, Karakan, what will you do?
I think it might be time to bring out the witch bolt.
Oh no!
Ooh.
But I
Which
think I
bolt?
should use it against this one over here.
Oh,
I
okay.
think I should use that one. I think I should use it against the Night Lord because it's a pretty powerful weapon. No, or should I use it?
The bandits would love to crowd in and kill all of you and protect the Night Lord, but they are currently surprised by you. So now you have an opening. There is like a nice, you couldn't walk to the Night Lord because of where the well is easily, but you have a nice line of sight of him just standing, cowering on his throne where he's
This
been
is
hit by two
Terracon,
radiant
you're really
blasts.
close to him too.
This is all right. This is a 30-foot attack, so I can easily
Yeah.
get him.
Mhm.
So what do I do for this? Do I just do it and I roll for damage?
It will either be a thing where you roll a spell attack. I think Witch Bolt is a spell attack.
I think that's right.
Or, make a ranged spell attack. So roll a d20, add your spell
Okay.
attack modifier.
Okie dokie. And it says this has a 1 minute concentration thing too.
Yes, you can continue to Witch Bolt him
Oh.
slowly forever.
For crying out. I get a 5 plus 3 for spell attack. So
All right, the Night King, having been slightly melted by Gwendil, has somehow taken cover. Barely, he ducks behind his throne sheepishly as your Witch Bolt disintegrates a good chunk of the throne.
well, I feel good about that at least.
No longer providing him cover because you have
Oh.
Witch Bolted it.
All right,
Um,
that bolt.
QRS.
QRS will stride over to the bandit that, let's say the one that Lee left hanging on, and thrust his rapier into him. Ha ha! I just rolled a critical.
He's dead.
Nice.
Well, good to waste it on that
Okay.
guy. And draw it out and say, I thought you could pay for a better class of Nightblades. In our day, the Nightblades were feared. These men are pathetic imitations.
All right. Next up is the trifecta of bad guys. The thug has been taken off the board, but you do hear the sound of splashing in the well. Is it a thug slowly climbing up out of a well to destroy you, or a thug who should have taken swimming lessons when he was a child? For answers to questions such as these, we'll find out later. The Night Lord is next. He is looking like this was not how he expected his Thursday to go. He points at Q Yaris with a weird, outstretched, kind of burned hand and says, "Beast, attack him!" Q Yaris, you hear
wait,
flapping
Beast?
somewhere in the room.
Uh-oh.
Dancing
Is it
on
the
the
bath?
This is fine.
This is fine.
Somebody has animal handling
That's not an
abilities
attack,
somewhere.
huh?
Yeah. And let's see. I think the Night Lord is just going to enter the fray. He is going to. He points at you, QRS / who's wearing the face of his imprisoned brother Ralavaz, and then basically starts trying to cut his way to you. Unfortunately, it looks like Lee is in his way. I think.
Do I get an
So
opportunity attack?
nope, he's coming for you. He's gonna. When I say cut his way through you, I mean he's going to murder you and then go and attack Dan.
He's gonna try.
He's gonna try.
Oh.
So the
Yeah,
Night
Lee.
Lord, brandishes. He pulls out he unsheaths a scimitar in one hand and a dagger in the offhand, and he just runs at you, Lee. So let's see.
He's got burns. And he's
Yes,
been hit
he is.
multiple
He
times.
has a long history of burns at this point, and he
He's
is
real
attacked.
angry.
He has
Yeah,
bad peripheral vision. His mask is melted.
he is attacking like someone who wants to murder his own brother and throw him down a well. So he is going to start with 2 scimitar attacks on Lee. Lee, first one is 15. The second one is 22.
22 hits.
He hits you across the chest for 6 slashing damage.
Okay.
He then tries to swing at you with his dagger. 14 to hit.
Does not.
All right. Team Bandits is next. The 2 bandits that are left are kind of gather their thoughts, I guess. They're like, what are we doing again? And they are they're gonna launch an assault on Thamia. They do not look that impressive, Thamia. You have murdered more intimidating people.
I have picked them out of my teeth.
All right. You have, I will just read these. First bandit, critical fail. Second bandit, A number that is very low when added to its attack modifier, 9. So the bandits are just flailing, and Thamia has no trouble kind of evading their blows, deflecting their pathetic little
Wow.
sword attacks.
Wow.
Really?
Perhaps the
Is this
day
all you
is
have?
yours. And then there is a sound, a weird sound like leather wings flapping, and some kind of creature unfolds from behind the statue adjacent to the Night Lord's throne. It is a weird creature. It seems to have like 4 wings. It's unclear. Is it a bug? Is it a mammal? Is it a bird? And it flaps across the chamber and like basically tries to land on QRS's head. This thing, QRS up close, it looks like kind of basically like a horrible cross between a giant mosquito and I guess a very large bat. I'm
Oh,
telling you that it
no.
is both larger than a bat and larger than a mosquito. And it has a huge, horrible beak-like proboscis that is attempting to insert into your neck.
It's a sturge.
It is a sturge.
It is a sturge.
Yeah.
Mothers.
Oh yes, I totally. Yeah, I know
I'm looking
exactly
at
what that
sturge
means. I'm
now.
so
A
glad I
sturge
have
is
the
just
name for
a
it.
classic Dungeons and
Very,
Dragons monster.
very
Okay.
angry
that is-
giant mosquito bat.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. Okay, thank you.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
They're bad. They like to attach
I mean, I
themselves
got
to people.
that much. I figured
was
that
all
it was not
context.
a good.
Look, Thamia, I know you were giving this creature the benefit of the doubt, but I want to assure you,
Don't worry, I'm not going to take it and question it.
it means ill will. So,
It's like ending pincers. It's like someone went to the meeting. Like, what if a bat but pleasers?
QRS, not very intimidating. 9 to hit you.
It does not hit me.
All right, it is flapping around your head, trying to find like a place to attach itself to your neck or the side of your head because it wants your blood. But it is for now unsuccessful.
Because he has
Um,
that fancy scarf.
Yeah.
It's true.
Gwendil, I think you are still standing kind of in the doorway. You and Karakan have been in the doorway lobbing spells while QRS and Lee and Thamia have gone in for close quarters fighting on different sides of the room.
Yeah.
Gwendil, you are next. There are many awful things in this room that you could attempt to do something about.
That I could do something about. Okay. Oh,
And
my
also
gosh.
throwing it out there, I'm below half of my hit points.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I don't know much about sturges, so I'm just going to ask, is this something I should take down sooner rather than later so it doesn't...
Yes.
I think it'd be good.
All right, so I happen to have, all right, looking at the...
I would say either the Sturge or the Night Lord are probably the priority targets for you.
Okay, so if those are my 2 priority targets, could I use the command spell to do something about the Sturge, or would it be better to use Guiding Bolt on the Sturge?
That's a great question. I think either of those would work pretty well.
Yeah.
I think command might work pretty well on the Sturge because if it has to make a wisdom saving throw, its wisdom is probably pretty low.
All right, I'm going to do a command then.
All right, what happens on command?
So it's a spell. Its range is 60 feet. Duration is 1 round. Attack save wisdom 13. My wisdom saving throw modifier is +5.
This is the Sturges, which lets me tell you is a lot lower than +5.
Okay.
I will tell you, the Sturge is a horrible mosquito that lives behind a statue. Its wisdom modifier is -1.
Okay.
So I am
Alright.
rolling, and I need to get under a 13, or I don't need to. You want me to get
Yes.
under a 13. The Sturge rolled a 3.
Okay.
Well, it rolled a 4, modified down to 3. The Sturge is
Thank you
under
for the
the
clarification there.
The Sturge is under the effects of your spell, which I don't know what that means yet.
So I can speak a 1-word command to it, correct?
If you say
Yes,
so.
That's right.
Okay. How do I say go attack the Night King in 1 word? Do I just like point at the Night King at the Night Blade and go attack? Would that work?
I think that works, right?
All right.
All
That's what I
right.
do then. I point at the Night. I point at the Night Blade and,
And
say
just
attack.
to check, command is like super binding and overwhelming. There's other spells that are like suggestion. This is like he has to do it.
Yeah. So now the Sturge is filled with the imperative to the desperate need to go attack the Night Blade.
Right
Okay.
on.
And how long does that last? Just 1 turn?
Yes.
Okay. You have, your friends know that the Sturge is now wants to kill the Night Lord, which
Yes.
may mean you may not want to kill the Sturge right away.
Yes.
The Sturge is briefly on your
Thank
team.
you for the clarification.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
you know,
This way they can clean up the thugs.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
since the
Gwendale,
Sturge and
good
the Night
idea.
Lord are with each
So,
other.
just to clarify, / maybe Dan can help me out. The Sturge, I assume, does that on its turn, not on Gwendale's turn.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Thamia, you are on the other side of the throne room. You stand with two relatively ineffective bandits nearby. If you wanted to know their names, they're Thorn and Sasha. They want to murder you, or at least not look too bad, trying to stop you from getting to the Night Lord. But
Yeah.
so far, they have not exactly brought their A game.
I'm not too concerned, but I'm also not going to get cocky because I still have to roll my dice. So with a healthy benefit of doubt, I am rolling to attack Thorn,
Mm-hmm.
who is Bandit 3.
Yep.
I rolled a 19.
Very unnecessary. Yes.
I mean, I'm nothing if not honoring the rules. And I'm going to swing with my longsword and find my 8-sided dice that ran away. And 7.
All right, you deliver a devastating blow to Thorn. He is staggering on his feet. A lot of blood falling out of his, torso, where he likes to keep his blood.
But it's not there. You know what? Just to put him out of his misery, I'm going to take my hand axe.
That's a kindness, really.
Yeah, just let's put an end to it. Just kidding. I rolled a 2, so we're going to say no.
Somehow Thorn stumbles back and evades the hand axe blow while clutching at his own wounds. All right. Lee, you find yourself face to face with the Night Lord, Air Genasi versus Golden Masked Bandit Lord, weirdo younger brother, weirdo guy with a evil bird that lives behind a statue.
Tried to hit with my quarterstaff and rolled a 10.
Oh.
Let me see if I get my unarmed strike. When you use an attack action with a monk weapon, you can make 1 unarmed strike.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm
Getting
gonna
that to hit.
Yep. That was a natural 20.
That's the way to do it.
Okay,
everybody be more like Aline.
Thanks.
To roll my d4 twice and add my modifier.
Yep.
Correct. Okay. So that's 2. That's 6 plus 4 is 10.
Nice.
All right. The Nightblade is still looking, though you have delivered a variety of blows to him. He still looks relatively hardy. He's on his feet. He's disgraced, but not severely wounded yet. Karakun.
I'm up. I don't have a ton of options. I could use poison spray. Again, I've used my 2 best spells.
It happens.
Oh wait, I've got 2 slots. I've only used 2 of my 3 slots. Can I reuse a spell
Yes.
from that?
Yes, you can.
Oh, maybe Chaos Bolt again. That worked so well last time.
Also,
You did. Just to point out, he's not rats, but yes, you could.
It's true, but
out of curiosity, do you already have sorcery points?
I don't know what those are.
I don't know if you have those at level 2.
I don't think so. I don't see anything on there.
Yeah, they're under your they're under your features and traits. You have 2 sorcery points.
Oh,
I do. Okay. Oh, I don't see them.
It's listed
What do I
under
know?
class features.
Class features. I don't see them. But there it is. Under Font of Magic, it says you have 2 sorcery points. You regain after finishing a long rest.
Yeah, so I believe
What-
you
You're
can
gonna add those.
Well, you can do a couple of things with them, including I think at this point you can mainly create an additional spell slot.
Oh.
You can trade them in for a spell slot. There are other things they let you do, but it looks like maybe that's what you haven't unlocked yet, is the ability to use them to enhance your spell casting, but you can at least trade them in. So if you need another spell slot down the road,
Okay.
You can do that.
And to answer your other question, Glenn, the spell slots are just a little bit on the number of spells you could cast. You
Right.
could cast
Oh.
the same spell 3 times with all your spell slots if you wanted.
Got it.
So.
Okay. I think my most effective strategy is Chaos Bolt. I know it's risky. I mean, I've got Poison Spray or Chaos Bolt, and I don't know. I feel like I should go after the Night Lord. Is that better than trying to get Bandit 4?
Yeah.
or is-
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got this side of the.
Thamia's
Okay.
got that
We're
nailed
set.
down.
Well, I don't know. I think the best luck is going to be Chaos Bolt because Poison Spray is not as terrible.
All right.
Okay, so for Chaos Bolt, I have to. What do I do?
Roll an
roll
attack.
Is that
D20.
roll 20? D20. All right. 9.
It doesn't look very good. What's your
Wait, do I add a spell attack number
Yeah.
to that? So I get 12 with the spell attack. 3 plus 3.
The Night Lord ducks below your Chaos Bolt. Your
Come
Chaos
on.
Bolt blows a good
Oh,
chunk out of the
man.
statue behind him. From behind
I'm
his
gonna fidget about
melted
the furniture.
golden
Oh.
mask, he kind of cackles at you. Fools, you have no power here. I am the Night Lord.
Wait a minute, isn't he being bedeviled by like a small thing that wants to bite on him right
That
now?
hasn't happened
Not
yet.
yet.
It's about to
Oh,
happen.
cool. It's about to happen. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, got it. Oh, okay, got it.
That's
In
all I
fact,
can do, right? That's my.
yeah, I think that's you.
All right. Dang it.
All right, Yaris, you are next, followed by Team Bad Guys.
The Night Lord? You call yourself the Night Lord? Where did you get that mask? Out of a box of a box of oatmeal?
A box of bad masks.
Out of a bag of
Masks
rats.
non-silk rope.
Out of a
Did
box
you
of
make
bag
it
of
yourself?
rats.
You never were very talented at metal forgery. Vicious mockery. He has to
Nastily
roll
personal.
a
Yeah.
wisdom saving throw.
Critical success.
Oh, what a jerk.
He knows that mask is great.
He's wrong. I will use my bonus action to healing word, Lee.
Okay.
That's a D4 plus 3 hit points back.
I will take 6.
Ooh, nice.
And I guess that is my turn.
All right.
Out of spell slots.
Next up is the thugs. You see, Thamia, probably you have the best view. The Lee is not far behind. You see, it looks like King's Teeth has crawled almost out of the
What?
well. You just see his hands, like, he gets as far as the top of the well. You see his hands, but not his head yet. That is what his turn was. He spent his whole turn climbing up out of the well. He has not yet rejoined the fight and is extremely vulnerable to being knocked down a well right now.
Can't he? Yeah. All right.
King's Teeth is followed by everyone's favorite villain in this adventure, the Night Lord, the golden masked, ridiculous bandit leader. Will continue to try and cut a bloody path through our adventures. At the start of that path is the monk Lee. So he's going to start with a scimitar attack on Lee. Scimitar attack. 21.
Yeah, that hits.
6 slashing damage. Second scimitar attack. Only an 11.
No.
Dagger attack. A 10. It's not going
No.
to hit you. So he has dealt you some pretty bad blows, Lee, but you are still in his way, still keeping him from getting to Kiaris, who he believes is his treacherous brother. Team Bandits is left. Team Bandits is made up of the wounded Thorn and the incompetent Sasha. Team Bandits tries to rally and do some damage to Thamia. Well, I rolled a critical. So let's see here. So Sasha, Thorn is just kind of flailing at you, Thamia, ineffectively, but Sasha uses that moment to land a pretty good attack for 11 piercing damage. Catches you in the side with a sword.
Oh,
Probably,
no.
Thamia, one of the worst attacks you have taken this adventure. All right. Next up is the Sturge, the Night Lord's horrible pet. The Sturge flaps across the chamber and confusingly for the Night Lord, not at all confusingly for Gwendiel, flaps around the Night Lord's head, the Night Lord holds out his arm as if a falcon might rest upon it, but the Sturge has no interest in it. Instead, it goes right for the Night Lord's neck. I am going to say that the Sturge has advantage on this.
Okay.
Surprise.
Poor Night Lord keeps getting surprised. First his brother comes back, then his pet attacks him.
He rolls 16. The Sturge jams his proboscis into the burned and scarred neck of the Night Lord.
Oh, I hope
gotta
I don't
hurt.
drink.
And you see the Night Lord's blood pulsing up the horrible needle-like
Ugh.
face of the Sturge.
I don't know if
They're
this is
gross.
worth it.
Oh, good.
The
Yeah, they're
Night
gross.
Lord is going to take 5 damage.
I feel kind of bad now.
Yeah,
Not me.
No.
Yeah.
How is he
Just a
still
little bit.
standing?
he is
Seriously,
very powerful.
Yeah, he's tough.
being
He's
hit
tough.
by-
Time for heavy artillery.
He is not quite bloodied yet, people.
Oy.
Wow.
All right. Gwendil, just checking. So the Sturge has attacked the Night Lord. Does the Sturge shake off the command at the end of its turn, basically?
All right, let me check the spell. Just
So I think the Sturge probably gives the Night Lord kind of a sheepish mosquito look.
Sorry.
yeah. So it says you speak a one-word command to a creature you can see within range. The target must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn. Okay, the Sturge is following the command.
All right, he has done that. Contract
let's
is
see.
complete.
So it's done that. When you cast the spell using a spell slot of 2nd level or higher,
You didn't do that.
Okay, no.
So
the creature's-
most generous interpretation, it lasts a round, which means it would last until basically the end of
Yeah, it says
Gwendil's next
duration, 1
turn,
round.
but it's academic
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah,
Okay.
Duration 1 round.
Gwendil, it is your turn. You have melted the Night Lord twice. You have turned his own pet against him. What do you have left?
Do you,
What
do you
do I
still have
have
a
left?
spell slot?
I have 1 spell slot left, but it was saved for cure wounds just in case anybody in the party needed it.
It's either that or guiding bolt on the Night Lord because we need something with some serious
Go for the
damage.
go for damage.
Yeah.
Go for
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
That's
so I'm
my
going to throw
thought.
guiding bolt. A flash of light streaks towards the creature of your choice within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 4d6 radiant damage.
I would
What?
like to gift Gwyndiel. I have an inspiration that you gave me, Tony.
Oh,
I'm giving that
Okay.
inspiration to Gwyndiel, which means
Ah.
essentially if you roll and you roll poorly, you get to roll again.
Okay, so
One-time
to
offer.
cast- So I will take it. So guiding bolt, and so to cast that, what do I do?
Roll a d20
Roll-
and attack
okay.
your spells or add your spell casting attack bonus.
Okay, so let me go ahead and roll now my d20.
Oh,
That's why I gave you inspiration.
Listeners,
Okay.
Lisa has rolled a 2.
I rolled a 2. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Oh,
Well, guess
I'm
what?
so
But
sorry
that's
for
why you have
whoever's gonna edit
inspiration.
this.
That's
why
10.
we-
and-
You're
binary.
inspired. You're inspired. It's
Okay.
really sad.
Gwyndiel,
when
I
you roll-
believe in you. Let me sing a
Everything
song.
in my life. It's the
Kumbaya.
inspiration. All right, I'm gonna roll again.
No,
Three.
Oh, at least it was higher.
Oh,
technically better, but the guiding bolt does not find its target, and the
No.
Night Lord revels in your defeat.
Wait, does it like at least hit some stones or something, or is Karakami
It
the
hits
one who
some
gets-
stones or something.
Okay, Karakami. He can't be the one that does things to the masonry.
Oh,
Oh, my
boy.
gosh.
I melted a
Oh,
throne.
you stupid virtual. Let me see what.
Yeah, get
Oh
those
my-
out.
Wait,
Wait
I
a
really
second.
feel like it. This is so weird.
Wow,
It's
that is
like-
a
Never gonna give you a
terrible
higher-
set of rolls there.
Yeah.
Keep-
Oh,
There we
go.
All right.
Truly
All right.
random.
Okay, we
Truly
appreciate
Okay, now
it.
stop rolling.
Yeah,
Don't trust
stop
the
rolling.
rules from Roll20. Try Dice by Peacock,
Random.org.
Should get real. I should
an
have
app
done
that
dice
James
next time.
Thompson gets mildly embarrassed by every time I recommend it.
I got it right here.
All right, Thamia, you are next. Sasha and Thorn still harass you with their little swords. The
All
Night
right.
Lord is also a danger on the other side of the room. What will you do?
Well, I only have 9 hit points left,
Mm.
by the way. Just
We're
putting
all
that out there.
we're all out of healing. Sorry.
I
bad
know.
news.
I know.
It's unclear
so-
how many of you are going to make it out of here, is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh.
I am going to try finally to kill Thorn.
Can you decide your order between the longsword and the hand axe? Because like a hand axe
Yeah.
attack might take out Thorn.
Yeah. Yeah. So I will go with the hand axe towards Thorn.
Mm-hmm.
Um, 11
Wait. Before.
with my
Yeah,
inspiration
you get to roll a d6 if you want
with
to
the
use it now.
D6, and then do I just add it
Yes.
to? Okay. Plus 2. What did I? 6,
So
11.
that-
So 13.
13 will do it.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Woo.
Way to cut it kind of close there.
I'm adding suspense for our listeners because we love our listeners,
We love
and
our listeners.
definitely not me.
Our listeners love hand axe damage. Roll me hand axe damage.
I rolled a 3 plus 3 is 6.
You slay Thorn with a hand axe. Sasha looks perturbed. A single bandit remains of Team Bandit.
All right.
Aside from
Sasha.
all the other bandits in the other room,
Yeah, but we're ignoring them right
trying to learn how to put a bucket brigade together.
now. We're probably okay with the thug for right now. He's still not in.
He has not joined the fight yet.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's gonna be out like next turn, so
Yeah.
somebody should knock him down again.
Yeah. So I'm wondering,
Problem
is there any
is-
benefit to him hanging off the well still?
I mean,
No.
Like, do you
He's a
worry
s-
that if he comes out of the well, it's a problem for us?
well, so Lee is. Let's see. I guess Lee's engaged with the Night Lord, right?
Yeah.
Does anybody
We weren't
have?
going to announce it yet, but yeah.
As the brother-in-law, I'm very happy. No, I guess that might be my job. I'm just trying to look at who's the most expendable and who has the easiest. Like, I don't know. That seems like maybe I could go over and just stab him in the hand or something.
Right.
None of us is expendable. We'll fight to the death
Yeah.
for you.
Okay. So because he won't have his turn
Yeah,
until
it'll take him a
after
little
everybody.
while.
So
Yeah.
So I'll
The
go
longer we
after
can keep him on the
Sasha.
fight, the better. But yeah,
Yeah. I'll roll for Sasha.
Roll for
18
Sasha, please.
plus 5 is a 23.
You have
I
no
hit.
trouble hitting Sasha. Roll damage.
4 plus 3 is 7.
Man.
Ugh, a horrible blow to Sasha, both physically and emotionally. All right, Lee, across the throne room, you are trading blows with the Night Lord, who is proving to be a terrifying foe. What do you wish to do?
Want to hit him with my quarterstaff.
It's a traditional.
Yep.
Haha, crit.
Nice.
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 The
All
Night Lord
right.
is cackling, and you hit him right in the ribs, and he goes, "Ugh."
And I
Smarts.
rolled max damage.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Whoa.
16.
All right, the Night Lord does not look so impressive anymore. He has taken a lot of horrible blows. He's
Good.
still there on his feet, but he's staggering a little bit.
Good. So I'm going to use my bonus unarmed strike, and that is 20, not a crit, but just
Yep. So you have hit him. He is winded, and then just uppercut.
so that's 5 points of damage.
Wow.
Nice.
He
now I'm
is-
going.
How is
You
he
are
still alive?
raining damage on him.
I am going to use a key point,
Mm-hmm.
and I forgot what that gets me. Hang on, just a
I think
second.
does that get you flurry of blows? Is that what you're doing?
I think so. Flurry of blows. Yes.
Very above.
Or could you have done flurry of blows without that? I forget.
No. I should have reread what key points get me. I think it just gets me another attack. It's flurry of blows. Either way,
Okay.
it's flurry of blows. That was another crit.
Wow,
I
Elaine.
love this
Wow.
blue.
Yes.
Okay.
favorite.
I need one of those except digital, I think.
So that's 2, and that was 2. So that's 8 points of damage.
The Night Lord does not look like he's doing so great.
Can I use another key point, or can I only do one per turn?
I don't know. Dan, do you know how many key points you can use in combat?
I don't. Nothing about here says you can spend these points. When you spend a key point, it's unavailable until you finish a short or long rest.
You can only take one. The limitation
You can
I'm
take one
seeing here.
bonus action.
You can only take one bonus action. So at higher levels, I think you could use your key points for different things, but I don't think you can't take more than one bonus action.
Okay. Well, I still
All
feel
right.
pretty good about what I did.
Yeah, the Night Lord is not looking great, everybody.
Yeah, that was good. That was perfect.
That was big. That was a big round.
Done.
Nice work.
Lee.
Nice work.
Karakan, you stand there having lobbed a variety of spells, some more effective than others. What is left in your quiver of magic?
Well, I would like to use my 2 sorcerer's points, if I have that right. Create another slot and drop in the Chaos Bolt into it.
All right, who
Okay, this is
are
my
you going to
best
Chaos
attack.
Bolt as
My best attack.
to the Night Lord?
The Night Lord.
All right, roll it.
All right, roll a d20. Oops, if I can figure it out. Actually, I'm going to switch to Dice by James Thompson to roll a d20 for good luck.
And if it goes wrong, we know who to blame.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes.
I got a 1.
Okay.
James!
Yeah, file a radar.
Pandas and
sorry.
raccoons don't get along very well
Plus-
together.
Plus 3, so it's a 4.
You accidentally fire your and
I hit the. I'm so sorry, Gavaris. I didn't mean to hit your bagpipe.
That's
Chaos.
Yeah.
It's in flames.
They're very
now.
expensive.
It's melted with acid.
Q
No,
Yaris.
not the bagpipes.
Q Yaris, you are holding a slightly second-handed bagpipe at this point.
How hard or feasible is it for me to go over and using like the butt of my rapier, like smash the hands of the thug climbing up?
I will tell you, I think if you had been trying to attack him from a distance, it'd be real hard because he's just got his little hand sticking out. But if you walk over to the well and just punch or stab at his hands,
Step on him.
I would
with
say
his
that you
fancy
have.
boots.
I would say that you have advantage.
Cool. All right. So I'll
Guys, this guy is really mean and powerful.
I don't want
and
him
you
up
guys
here.
just
I really.
you guys
don't want
just
up
threw him
there.
down a well the whole fight.
Yeah.
Well,
All
let's
right.
keep him
I
there.
will run up and stab him in the hands as much as I can.
All right.
Wow.
Tap dance on his fingers.
That
Like
is
dance.
a
Do an adventure dance in a
19.
Roll hand damage.
Getting handsy. That is 10 damage.
All right. Yeah, you cut a good-sized hole in the hand of the thug. This time he screams as he falls back down the well.
I will use my bonus action to give my last bardic inspiration to Lee, saying, hit him again!
So that is inspiration on her turn. Is that an action now, or what is
That's
that?
a bonus action for me. Basically, on her next turn, you get your 1d6 that you can add to an attack roll, a saving throw,
All right.
or an ability check.
Okay.
All right.
This seems like we're in the crux of the action here.
This
now.
is it. It could
Get
all
it done.
come together here, or
Get it
all
done.
come falling down. The thug is grasping for air deep in a well. The Night Lord is attempting to rally. He thought he was going to cut through so many of you, and yet he has failed to take down an Air Genasi. He turns to you, Lee, and says, "I'm taking you with me," and attacks with a
They are
flurry
engaged.
of scimitars and daggers. Lee, first scimitar attack, 7. Second scimitar attack, 14.
No.
Dagger attack. He lunges at you, trying to push that dagger into your throat. 15.
Nope.
He is just flailing like a madman. His golden mask is starting to fall off, and you see behind him, behind the mask, the face of a scared and terrified young man with his face all burned, but a look of anger and hatred upon his eyes. The one remaining bandit, Sasha, tries in vain to slice at Thamia. Ugh, I'm not even going to say the number. Somehow the Sturge flaps around, unsure of who to target, swoops in for Gwendiel. You did some bad things to the Night Lord. You will pay for the damage you have wrought.
Oh no.
Gwendiel, 21 is going to hit.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
The Sturge is flapping around, and you lose it in the blur of battle, and suddenly you feel like a sharp bite between your shoulder blades, and some of your blood is no longer inside of you. The Sturge is attached to you. You have taken 5 piercing damage.
Okay.
Ew.
All right.
And Gwendiel, it is your turn. The Sturge is affixed to you.
Oh boy. Okay.
Not
so-
with silk ropes, though.
No.
So bad news. I believe I've used my spells for the day.
So you always
Do
have
you have-
Sacred Flame.
Yeah, you always have Sacred Flame.
So I can always like basically point my hand behind me and just.
I'm going to say that you would have disadvantage to do that.
Okay.
So you could choose whether you want to try and take. Let me use the way. This may be one of those situations where a friend may be the person in the best place to remove a horrible bat mosquito from your back. Guys, this is just a life lesson. A friend,
Okay.
It's a good thing
Or-
to know.
Friend who can-
or stop, drop, and roll.
Right.
Don't do that. That's how you get a smush.
I have a -1 in
mosquito.
athletics. I don't
Yeah.
think that's gonna work.
So
My
yeah, it's up to
strength
you.
is -1, so
You could fire a Sacred Flame at your targets. Here are the Night Lord, Sasha, or a unnamed Sturge attached to your back.
Well, I can't do it for the sturge attached to my back because I
Not,
can't.
not.
see
I
it.
would say you'd have a penalty to that.
His name is Sturgis Meredith, of course.
Thank you. Thank you, Glenn.
Preston Sturgis.
You know what? I'm gonna trust that Gwendiel is smart enough to see what's going on and perhaps will help me.
That your name
Yeah.
is Gwendiel. That's
You
you.
Oh
are
no, that's not me.
Gwendiel.
Sorry. Ferraris-
She's
it's Ferraris.
delirious. The loss of blood has made her hallucinate.
All I can think about is the
hand.
hands.
Stop thinking about the hand.
It's going dark around the.
That's gonna be fun for Erica to edit.
Stop thinking
Erica,
about
I'm
the
so
hand.
sorry. Okay, no, I'm gonna count on Coraris to help me with the sturge, and I think, well, I guess when you have Sacred Flame, why not turn it on the Night Lord again?
All right.
Everything
It
looks like a
works
Night
so-
Lord
it's
when
a
all you
great
have is
question.
Sacred Flame.
All right, yes, when all you have is. So, shall I roll my d20?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, let's see what this terrible dice does to me now.
Good.
20
Yay.
something.
Okay, so I rolled that, and I need to. It's it says, and then I have to roll the 8. Do I not? So
Yes, you do.
Let me do that. I'm double checking. I'm learning slowly but surely.
Oh,
23.
the Night Lord takes another Sacred Flame to the face. His mask clatters to the ground. He is staring at you with anger. He's kind of like he's staggered over by the well and is kind of leaning on it. He's still there, but like the next hit is going to take him down.
Okay. Well, I'm about
Thamia.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Your time
Sasha,
has come.
you're going down. Finally. Took what, 4 rounds, but it's fine.
It's
No pressure. I am going to attack with my longsword. With my 15 plus 5 is 20.
Nice.
No
Fairly certain
trouble.
that hits.
Yep. Roll damage.
1d8. I got a 6 plus 3 is 9.
You slay Sasha with a huge killing blow. What is next, Thamia?
Now can I use a movement action in between my miss fighting?
I don't know. Does anyone know?
Wait. I don't need to because I can throw my hand axe.
Oh.
Nice.
A ranged
you-
weapon.
So you like basically cut Thamia down the middle and then like
No,
I
she is
cut
Thamia.
Sasha.
names are getting
We're all
it's
doing it.
It's all
Thursday
good. We're
night.
almost
It's getting
done.
late. Thamia, you cut Sasha like in half and then like do like a no look behind the head hand
Ooh,
axe
yes,
throw.
that's way cooler than what I was
Is
thinking.
it a no look hand axe throw at the Sturge or at the Night Lord?
Ooh.
Don't throw to the Sturge, you'll kill Gwyndil.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for the Night Lord because there is a greater chance of me
All right.
not
You may have a
injuring.
different attack roll for range versus melee with that hand axe.
No,
I don't-
They're both strength. It's
Okay,
the
they're
same.
both strength.
Yeah.
Roll it.
Okay. All right. It would have been really cool if I had not rolled a 4,
Aw.
but I rolled a
Somehow-
4.
The hand axe
nice.
She does the
whistles
no
across
look
the room.
and looks super cool, and she just hits like the wall, but she's still looking like
Thamia, there's a reason why usually
nailed
you
it.
look. Thamia, let's be honest, it would have been look really cool if you'd hit it, but you didn't. There's a reason why
True.
traditionally you look where you're throwing an axe.
I just got excited because I finally got done with these
Yeah.
bandits.
All
Thank
right,
you for your
Lee.
service.
All right. Well, old trusty quarterstaff.
Ooh, good choice.
Oh, there you go.
That is a 23.
You deliver a killing blow to the side of the Night Lord's
Yes.
quarterstaff. Roll me damage.
yay.
Oh, 5.
There is a satisfying cracking noise as the quarterstaff hits the side of his skull.
How's that? Are there any parts of his mask left to fly off? Or are they all
No,
gone?
the mask fell off, I think, from the last hit. The Night Lord basically just tumbles lifelessly into the well, where you hear this also somewhat satisfying sound of a Night Lord landing on top of a thug who is treading water in a well.
QRS goes to the edge and looks down and goes, and stay down!
All right. Lee, do you want to do anything else? There is still a Sturge attached to Gwendale to deal with, to mop things up.
Yeah, I'll
I heard that sigh.
I will do that. I don't like
Okay.
sturges.
No.
I will unarmed strike. 12.
12 somehow does not hit the giant mosquito, slowly siphoning Gwendale's a life.
I feel
Okay.
faint. I
The
can't
question
think
is
about
just how much
making
of
him anymore.
how much of Gwendale's blood is going to get taken by the Sturge before you deal
Yeah.
with it.
All right, so I'm gonna
Forgot
try
about the
a
game for
key
me.
point then.
How many hit points do you
We
have left,
didn't-
Gwendale?
So it took 5 from me.
Yep.
Is that right? All right. I'm looking at my hit point. I have 10 left.
Okay.
Didn't QRS give Lee something though for this round?
Oh, yeah, I did give you inspiration.
Oh,
You could have used that on
Yes.
the hit.
Yeah, you want to use that right now?
well, I just to use my key point. I figured it out. I get 2 unarmed strikes with my key point. So, this is a 24.
Yep. Roll damage.
That's 5.
You've done a serious blow to the horrible giant mosquito bat attached to Gwendale. Can you do another?
14.
Roll damage.
Max damage 8.
All right. In one turn, Lee, you have vanquished the Night Lord.
Yay!
The
And-
threat of the Night Lord is presumably no more. The
Uh-oh.
question is simply, what do you do next as you stand here in his now significantly emptier throne room? Ralavaz pokes his head in from the hallway and said, "How'd it go?"
We are the Night Lords now.
Yes.
We are the Night Lords.
I mean, how do we know he's not
He-
going to
He
try
gives
and-
you kind of a confused salute.
Oh, yeah, also I look exactly like
he
him.
looks
so.
like yeah.
Hey,
I'll do a
I know
little-
you. You're me.
I'm going to return myself to looking like...
Now
Guess
that the
myself?
sound of battle has passed, you can tell there's smoke starting to pour into this room. It seems like a drunken trio of bandits does not make the best water brigade, and that the smoldering bedroll may have expanded. Perhaps now is the time to flee the Nightblade's sanctum. The question is simply, do you want to look for any money before you leave?
Oh, yeah. First of all,
Yeah.
QRS will, I'll actually, as I remove my, no longer look like Ralvaz, I will instead look like the Night Lord. I will poke
Yes.
my head out the door and just say, flee, all of you! This place is coming down around
Leave
us!
my sight.
There are several. You look into the main room of the headquarters. Several bandits that look like they have somehow managed to spill more water on themselves than on the fire. Take one look at you and scamper away pathetically. You take your time as the headquarters slowly burns around you. There is several hundred gold pieces in taking of precious items that the Nightblades had captured from their ill-gotten adventures, and indeed the Nightblade had dropped his sword before he
Ooh.
fell down the pit. It is a silvered weapon with a draconic pommel and a line of black onyx filling the blade. This is a short sword that is called the Night Color. Color, Culler. And so our adventurers return to Whitehaven. Whitehaven, that's somewhere in Connecticut. And so our
Connecticut.
adventures
It's time to go golfing.
New Haven? I've been in New Haven a number of times. It's a delightful place, New Haven.
We're not rich, honey. Our friends at the country club are rich.
We hop on.
Actual thing someone from Connecticut told me.
We hop on the golf cart.
Yes. And so our adventurers, somehow, I didn't think this was going to happen. They all escape the lonely torch intact.
Wait, were you expecting us to die?
I was expecting some of you to die.
Oh my gosh!
No,
Not
Mr.
a
Bond.
total
Honestly,
party
excellent.
kill.
Characters.
Look at that.
Characters
What a
to die.
total-
Characters.
Oh my gosh, you guys did so well.
The organization of the Nightblades in tatters, the Night Lord himself dispatched along with his closest allies, and one Ralavaz freed from captivity and hopefully in a place that he can seek to redeem his name by doing good works throughout the land. You return to White Sparrow, having accomplished your tasks, significantly richer for it, and slightly more experienced. You could say you're halfway to level 3. Thank you for playing Dungeons and Dragons. Thank you for playing
Wow.
the Nightblade Adventure, the first adventure in the Fantastic Adventures publication put out by the wonderful website Sly Flourish. Thank you to my players. Thank you, Kathy Campbell, for joining us for Dungeons and Dragons, including Dungeons and Dragons on your birthday.
Thank you for directing us.
Aline, thank you for playing many nights of Dungeons and Dragons with me in the last 2 weeks.
I really have. I still like you though.
That's it, Dan Morin, thanks for being here. Thanks for handling all the technical side of streaming things and capturing things for our live stream people.
You're welcome. I only broke things a couple times.
Well, there was the bagpipe situation.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Great band.
Lisa Smizer, thank you for joining us. Thank you for putting up with us and learning to play a new version of Dungeons and Dragons after a significant hiatus from your...
Significant heights. Thank you so much for putting up with all my newbie questions and I have a spell. Should I use it?
It's how it goes. It's what we're all here for.
I really enjoyed this, and please think of me the next time our adventure
Lisa,
party gets together.
you too
We will.
have leveled up.
Yeah.
Aw.
And Glenn Fleischman, also thank you for joining us and bringing the chaos and raccoon energy that we all expect from you. Special thanks to your spell caddy Rex for helping you out in the
Yes.
first session we recorded.
I feel like I achieved all my goals, which is being
Yeah.
raccoonish and chaotic, and I got at least one good spell off. And
That's life, people.
Yeah, I mean, what
But
more
at a
could you
critical
ask for?
point.
Live stream, bootleg, thank you for listening. There will be more things happening on Total Party Kill. You can always follow the Total Party Kill Twitter account to keep up with what's things happening. I don't know what the next thing chronologically will be. It might be Curse of Strahd on Tuesdays. It might be something else. There will be more Dungeons and Dragons. We're doing at least one live show a week.
There are always more Dungeons and Dragons.
There's always more dungeons. There's
We're all
often more
stuck
dragons.
inside. We're gonna be. What else do we have to do?
It's true. I've been Tony Sindelar. Thank you. Thanks for listening. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Dan, you can hit the button.